It's the Bennington Show on a Wednesday. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. We'll start the show off with a spy report.
Spy report.
A train that was taking GOP Congress members as well as others out to West Virginia slammed into a truck, I believe a trash truck on the tracks, and it looks like it's one hell of an accident. I think it's an Amtrak train, right?
Yeah, it looked like an Amtrak train. Looks like pretty much the story is breaking right now, so I don't know what injuries there are, but I think that there are some. But
well, you'd have to when you even take a look at that. But if there's any news on that, we'll pop it up. But that's it's very weird because it seems like train travel should be the easiest, safest thing, and you hear more train accidents than plane accidents these days.
Yeah, way more. And it is the transportation that I feel most comfortable on. I completely...
Yeah, you don't have to drive. You're not in the air. You're just riding along,
I find it less stressful than being in a car. It's just like, it feels just like,
you can plug
safe.
in. There's places to plug in. You can watch movies. You can be online. You can talk on the phone. And it's always a very laid back type of travel, and yet lately we're getting these real unbreakable train track accidents one after another. All right, it's the Bennington Show. Thanks to everybody who came out last night to see the Dan Perlman thing. He did very, very well at Caroline's. And my favorite part of the night is after the show, he said to Gail, he looked up and she wasn't laughing. And it completely fucking threw her.
I cannot believe he said that because I have two witnesses. I was sitting with Chris Stanley and Vito, and both of them said, I laughed through the whole show. I laughed through the whole show.
It's just a matter of a moment. You know what I mean?
I understand, and which is why I was sensitive to him when he said it. I was like, Dan, are you crazy? I laughed through the whole thing. And he's like, I must have just caught you at a moment that you were just listening, but you weren't laughing at that moment. And I was like, I can't look at her again. And I want to be supportive, but then on the other hand, you're going, I came here, I laughed, I had a great time.
I bought overpriced drinks, I had the same thing happen when I was at the Underground doing some show, and I looked up and I see the whole fucking room laughing, and then just the sullen face, Chris Stanley. And let me take this even, I want beyond sullen. It was sour, and it was quite frankly a face of disgust towards me.
Did you do some sort of a race joke or sexist joke that he wouldn't have liked? Or?
All I know is that 99% of the room was enjoying themselves, and my own producer looked at me like, ugh, horrible.
I'm like, I had to stop myself from being like, I laughed way more than Vito. Why did you say that to Vito?
No one's going to check to see if Vito's enjoying himself. That's never going to happen. Vito, you didn't even tell me about this fucking replay they're going to be doing for us. You were going to be my social guy, my guy on the streets. And that's why we're not doing Celebrity Big Brothers, because I can't get you guys into the social move. We should be running promos for that right now. And I also can't get the promos running. I mean, we're doing 3 different big show events this weekend.
I know. Huge shows.
No promos. Did you cut a promo? I didn't cut a promo.
Mm-mm.
Vito, did you cut a promo?
I didn't cut a promo.
Oh, no promos. Who was going to be my social guy?
I was.
And when I come in here today, the whole social team's up there. No Vito.
Mm-hmm. They're all hanging. Broing down.
They're broing down.
Breaking news to us. We didn't know.
Yeah, the one bro I know doesn't bro.
Yeah.
And you know why? They're claiming you're a nerd. And they don't want you in their fucking posse.
I'm not a nerd.
We need you to be the bro, and we need you to make bromos.
You know what? I don't want you to bring me information. I want you to get me information. Okay? Do you see what I'm saying?
I know. Breaking.
He's just saying breaking. What is it that you don't fit in with the other fucking half a sissy fucking team around here?
It's not that I don't fit in. They just hang out a lot all day, and I have stuff to do.
You know what one of the stuff isn't? Bringing me information.
No, I got to.
You knew that there was a replay, right?
Yes, I did.
And you don't come to me with it.
No, I did not tell you yet.
Yet? When did you find out?
Well, I requested the replay change, and then it came through last week.
This would have been a really
First
great
of all,
thing.
now he's taking credit for it. He goes from a guy who fucking knows nothing about. Now let's suppose this. Let's suppose I get a girl flowers and chocolates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day she comes by and she goes like this. Why are there stale chocolates and dead flowers laying in here? And he goes, I went out of my way and bought them 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking finish the job. You gotta fucking be a closer. Now you're taking credit for this replay?
I did request the replay change. I just did not tell you about it yet.
He uses the word yet.
Well,
as if it
did
mattered.
you plan a surprise party or?
No, I wanted to wait for a good day to tell you guys.
Dude, that's the fucking biggest mistake. If you're joking,
I'm not.
It's just a joke to drop. But if you're waiting to bring information, especially when it's good news, not even bad news.
I know, good news. Always, we want to hear that.
I got to assign somebody to you. I don't know who to every day go over stuff and say, hey, should you be telling this to Ron? Who do you think can do it?
I'll do it.
Doesn't even make sense.
I'll do it. He and I are going to have a meeting every day. But here's the thing, then you have to tell me the things.
He won't. He'll wait for a good time to tell you to tell me.
Because I didn't know about this thing either.
Look, to me, Vito, you should look at this train accident and just think of that as your career. You should say, you should do a fucking voiceover like, well, my career was sailing along on the tracks and now look at it. All right, they're saying Trump has been alerted to the wreck. If this was a movie, you would say this is very suspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since there's congressmen on it. But that's just your conspiratorial mind working like that. Jumping Joe Biden, the dude from Delaware, as he calls himself. He also calls himself L, just the letter L, and then he puts Camino instead of the other way.
He's cool.
Yeah, he is
you know
cool.
What I mean?
He predicted a Eagles Super Bowl victory and then said Tom Brady's the boss. You know what I mean? He's just the best. So he's trying to cover all the bases. But he knows living in Delaware, if he said anything else...
No, he'd be screwed.
Yeah, they would throw fucking rocks through his windows. Dude, nothing frustrates me more than that Vito thing. And then when he act like he took credit instead of Don,
I know.
It's very odd.
I don't know the truth on this. I'm learning this right now.
I'm telling you guys the truth.
The fact that it's too late makes it bullshit. We should be celebrating you. Not going, why aren't you fucking telling us stuff? He's a lone wolf, but if that wolf had special needs. Like if it was a lone wolf who didn't know how to get food for himself.
I hate to say it, but that does sound kind of cute, though. I mean, it's cute, but I wouldn't want that lone wolf to be in my pack.
No.
But adorable.
This, we're playing the Doug Stanhope next week. Don said he wanted to wait until it was completely stale before we got it out there. He goes, he wants him to do every other show and possibly tell these same stories before we play it. But I watched the special, which wasn't easy to do because CISO tanked out. But it's been a piece that I've been thinking about for a long time. I always think that any crime that gets done is some form of mental illness. Now, we're just learning this now with alcoholism and drug addiction. That, you know what I mean? These people aren't criminals. You're mentally ill. But if you rob a bank, there's something wrong with you.
Well, yeah, because you've got to think about most thinking people. Would it be great to have free money that you didn't earn?
Right.
Totally. But then normal people sit there and work out consequences in their mind.
Right.
So you're a person who either is unaware of the consequences everyone else is, like you don't absorb that.
Right.
Or you are somebody who hears those consequences, are aware of them, and goes, I think I can do it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he does the thing that if you're special needs, and I don't know, he calls things Camp 1, Camp 2, that everyone loves you. and if you're just like the kind of crazy that we see on the streets of New York, everyone hates you.
Right.
But they're both kind of mental problems.
Like
You know
there
what I
is
mean?
like a sweet, innocent crazy versus.
Well, he makes the thing that there's never been a special need person who runs into the school and starts shooting it up. You know what I mean? It is completely true. But any kid that runs into a school and shoots it up, their fucking brain isn't working right.
Yeah.
You get nothing out of that, and it ends with you dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then people are like, well, they just want the fame. I'm going, yeah, that's how fucked up we are. We think even that kind of fame is good.
Right.
I don't understand. But it's a very funny plus interesting bit that I think is one of the classic fucking bits that I've ever heard. And then, you know, I tell him and he takes that as an insult. You know what I mean? Because that's what also comedians do. They brush away any kind of like praise until you say something bad about them, and then they start to praise themselves.
Well, yeah. You ever have that? Well, I'm sure you probably know how to navigate it better than anyone else because at least you're a stand-up, so you know.
No.
But you know when you go to pay a compliment to a stand-up, and then you're saying like they're a strong writer, or like they're
they always
funny,
say, like,
or like,
yeah.
oh, you could, you seem like you could do late night, like whatever it is, you think you're giving them a compliment, and then you see on their face you've said something wrong
Because they're contrarians,
Right.
and they first of all they're acting like, why can't people take a joke? And then they're all the most sensitive fucks you've ever seen in your life.
Like
They're
if
fucking crybabies.
if you told somebody they were going to be like the next Kevin Hart, you would see their face like, what?
Yeah.
Like whatever you think
You
would
think
be
I'm short? Are you
what-
saying I'm short and black? Is that your thing?
whatever you think the compliment is, it never works out.
We've got a sensitive comedian, as you can see. Chris is giving me hand signals. Look who's here. It's the one and only Rich Voss. He's going to be at Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey this Friday and Saturday. And you can see Rich at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut on February 9th with Ron Bennington and Jim Florentine. Do we got the big song for Rich where it's like whole funny thing? Is that something that...
No, we do not.
Okay. Thought we were into that bit right now.
I brought Gail. I brought Gail a gift.
Oh,
Yes.
that's very nice.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I mean, I don't want to say what I paid, but
It set you back a little bit,
I
huh?
know. I know every girl deserves a gold.
Oh, that's so.
This is so beautiful.
That's from.
And smell this.
Oh, just careful with that.
My balls.
Oh my God, real rose scent.
Yeah,
You can put that in your bathroom.
yeah.
Now wait till I leave the room before you chuck that out.
Yeah. That's I've always said this. People say I hate Steven Singer, but I'm gonna think we're gonna be saying I hate Rich Voss because he just shows us all up with these beautiful roses.
Well, I mean, listen. Here's Gail. Works very hard. She's very funny. I'm married. She has a boyfriend. But if we weren't, there would probably be a little connection.
Yeah, we've thought
that
about
myself.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've
Yeah.
certainly considered that.
You know,
before.
I mean, it probably wouldn't last because I show no affection, and
Yeah, but it would be fun.
it would be fun. And the thing is, I probably wouldn't do it out of respect for your dad, because I would be uncomfortable.
I don't think so. I would be so happy to have you as my son-in-law. You know what? I would say I want you to call me Dad. I would be at that point where I go, hey, enough with the Mr. Bennington. You can call me Papa Ron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that part would work. I would have to get, I'd have to be so good and so different to get Schubert out of her mind.
I know,
I don't want
it's
her
a
to,
problem.
I don't
I
want
know.
her to say, "Hey, when you walk in a room,
Yeah.
can you limp?" Or walk like you're on Bonanza. I don't want her to say that.
There was a reference that maybe only I got in this whole room. boy, see, he's very sensitive. And one time you
I
said,
know, he
when you
never-
were little, you had a crush on
I
Jimmy
did,
Schubert.
and he was, he was the young gun.
Yeah,
at
he
the
wasn't
time.
dragging his leg then.
He was quite spry and light on his feet.
Yeah, good.
And he had a cute accent.
And now he's crooked on his feet.
Yeah, you know what happened to him, right? Was riding around in a Fiat, and finally his hip gave out. It was just a little bucket seat. It hurt him after a while. Rich Voss is here, and big headliner all over the country right
Thank
now,
you.
right? But you've got a couple gigs coming up, Bananas, which you've played a lot of times,
Yeah.
right? And then you're with Jim Florentine and Ron Bennington and you do this playhouse, this Richfield Playhouse.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Once a year, we've had, we have different shows every year. Some years I host,
Yeah.
where I host Bonnie Middle, Gary Goldman closed.
Strong.
Last year, I hosted Pete Coriel Middle, Bobby Kelly closed.
I got to tell you, this lineup is, to me, the strongest you've ever put together.
Without a doubt. I said this year has to be to follow the other years.
Yeah.
So, the way you host at this, Bonnie and I were talking about how much we love how you not saying you don't do straight sets, but when you host, how you build up, you care about the comics you're bringing up, you care about their intro. You're not, you don't go, next act, Rich Voss.
Right.
You'll say nice things. I know you're biting your tongue saying them, but you're saying nice things. So I said, well, who's going to carry the show better? And I swear to God, I mean this from the bottom of my forehead. I didn't do this for plugs on radio.
Well, you told me that when you
Right.
you put this together 8 months ago.
No, because you've done so much for Bonnie and I. I go, I have to repay him some way. So I figured a $200 gig.
And that's not all at the same time. You get 100, and then if things work out, you get another 100. But not too long ago, somebody else was hosting, but I was in the show, and then the person was bringing up Bonnie and said she has a book coming out soon. And the whole thing, I was just looking at her like, I don't do that
Yeah.
to you. I don't make that
And
happen.
her book has been out for 2 years.
Yeah.
If anybody knows that, it's me, because I still haven't finished it. But
What chapter are you on?
I got 2 left. I think
Yeah.
I put it down after the 4th or 5th
Yeah.
guy she banged.
And she does bang a lot of
Yeah,
guys
she
in that
does.
book.
Not a lot. That's like a crazy. I banged a lot of girls too in my day. Okay, but now that
But hers were quality,
Yeah,
right?
and I haven't read
you
about
admit
it.
that.
what's that?
And I haven't read about it.
No, you'll hear about it when we're alone. I got to get excited somehow. Actually, I need to hear about your stuff. My stuff doesn't.
You
excite me.
even said that you like Bonnie to tell
me
old stories.
Not
Yeah.
about real stories, fake stories.
just fake
Oh,
stories.
okay.
Or just, hey, I was at CrossFit and I went in the back room and, something. And, oh, God.
That's
like
adorable.
a jackrabbit.
Like, that's adorable,
That is
isn't it?
kind of cute.
Listen, when you're married 12 or 13 years, look, if you get a boyfriend, just don't fall in love with him. He can't be a comic. He has to be, white.
You want her to be with bartenders, club bartenders, not so much comics.
just,
I mean, where is she going to meet people?
maybe a guy that looks like me.
How
My
about one of
height-
your kids' teachers? Would that work for you?
All I have is one kid in school, but, yeah, teacher would work if it, yeah. I got to pick the person. I got to pick the person, but,
Does she get any say in the person?
well, once I pick them, yeah.
Okay.
And then look, I'm like, hey, look, go on, listen, have a little fun, have a little versatility in your life. That's all I'm trying to
that's nice.
say. I'm trying to look out for her. I don't care about me.
Yeah, because you're not going to be here forever. You married a younger person, and you're going to be gone.
Well, that's always a fun topic to talk about.
Yeah.
My death. I like to do that.
Like, if you drop dead tomorrow, is there a comedian out there that you would be happy to see her with? I mean, you're dead and buried. Would it be Nick DiPaolo? Could that
Are
be?
you fucking kidding
Oh,
me?
not Nick.
No.
Okay. I mean, I thought you'd want her with someone
Someone
who.
you were friends with.
Okay. If it was a comic,
Yeah.
Maybe Bobby, because she's definitely doing it for personality.
What about a Gary Goldman?
I'm a big fan of Gary.
Yeah, he's a good writer.
I'm a big fan of Gary.
Yeah.
He would be in the running.
Yeah, good.
Colin would be in the running.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Colin's so creative and brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, and Colin.
They'd make a good couple. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Bonnie and Colin.
Let's not say they make a good couple now.
They would become. I think they would become the it couple. New York comedy's it couple.
Because he's very creative. She needs somebody creative. I'm not as creative as him. I'm creative when it comes to stand up.
Right.
Those other and other things, but he has more of a wider range of creativity. He does a lot of one-man shows.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean, he failed at stand-up, so he said, let me take it to a Spalding Gray level.
Well, he doesn't sit at a desk with turning papers and drinking water with a pencil there. I was like, Spalding Gray, come out with a pencil.
Please.
Like, what are you doing,
Is he
Spalding?
writing now?
Yeah.
Stupid Colin's a low-budget Eric Bogosian. But it's great.
Ocean be great for her.
I would go with a celebrity actor for her.
All right.
Somebody that can get her out of that 2-bedroom townhouse.
Okay.
And listen, no one's going to be able. First of all, here's the deal: no one's going to put up with her.
She's difficult
craziness.
then. Yeah.
We talked about it on our podcast. I go, how people like us. She goes, everybody doesn't like us. We're assholes, and she is an asshole. We had a fight yesterday. Now tell me, and you be.
I'm going to be the judge here.
Okay, we're in the car. I go, oh, Valentine's Day is coming up. Another stupid holiday. Done. Just said it. Then all of a sudden she says, I'm working that casino again. I go, the one in Yonkers? She goes, yeah, I had such a tough time. Some lady heckled me. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So that was her reason. So later that night I go, oh, I think we have a show on Valentine's Day. She said, I told you I'm working Valentine's Day. But she didn't. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I said Valentine's Day was a stupid holiday. Then she goes, oh, I'm working at casino. She's working at casino on Valentine's Day. But there's no way that I would have put that together. She didn't say, hey, I'll be at that casino.
So she's going to spend her Valentine's Day at the Empire Casino in the Bronx.
Yes.
Romantic. Very, very romantic.
Well, we're not really romantic.
Oh, we saw you guys kiss on stage at the Thanksgiving show.
Yeah, that was a good kiss.
And everybody went crazy for that. And they said, you know, we'd never seen such a thing out of those two.
That was a dare.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did kiss.
Yeah.
We're not real. Look, when she gets undressed, I get crazy. You know, because he's usually blocking the TV.
See, he can't be. He's got to use his humor. He can't say how in love he is. It's sad.
Nobody. She makes me laugh.
Yeah, she's
we
the
did
funniest.
our podcast yesterday. She was so fucking funny. She's so funny. It's her. Like
she's fast. She's brutal. She's everything you want. Yeah.
Her ad-libbing is amazing. You know how quick. You know,
but look, let's face something. You know, all the comedians love Bonnie. Everybody.
Give
me one. Give me one.
I don't know the new. You know, I mean,
up and comers.
We're a little brutal. You know, we're not the nicest Like the first time we met Sean Donnelly, who I really like. We're at Stand Up New York. I guess he was kind of new to the club. He was all excited. He came over, all excited. He was hosting, and I go, "Hey, calm down." All right, you're a little too excited. All right, that's the first time. Ever. So then he gives Bonnie's intro, and he kind of fucked it up, and Bonnie trashed him on the stage, and all you did was see him outside complaining to the owners.
Yeah,
but he didn't get us. He didn't get like we're sitting there all calm. Bonnie and I, oh God, we got to do some sets here tonight at this fucking horrible club. And not to Stand Up New York. And he comes in all jolly and happy. He's hosting. I'm like, hey, calm it down.
A person,
all right, fucking put a damper on it. So we kind of turn people off in the beginning. And some people, we don't get back on board. Some
people just stay that.
Well, they think we're assholes.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah.
But that's comedy. If you can listen, these young thin-skinned comics, go fuck yourself. You see, I said a joke to somebody the other day. I'm not that guy anymore. Like he's got things going on. Yeah. Shut up. You got things going on. So does my mailman. Shut the fuck up.
Maybe you didn't hear he doesn't shine shoes anymore.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying.
Step on it for
that's
you?
what he was using.
Yeah.
It was a good comeback.
Yeah.
But they take it too serious, everybody nowadays. It's not as fun as it used to be. And even Bonnie said this, look, people aren't as mean as you, Keith and Bobby and Norton and stuff. I go, we're funny. That's what comedy is. It's hanging out with guys and
now it's about being
girls.
supportive, though.
It's you know what it is. It's everybody's just so running scared, and they have comedy clubs, safe comedy clubs where you can't say anything offensive or do. When you take the creativity away from a comic, that's all they have is your creativity. You don't tell a painter don't use yellow. Shut the fuck up. This is creativity. Something a club owner, a manager, an agent, they can't do it. So shut your fucking mouths. If the audience doesn't like it, leave. Do some research before you come who you're going to see. And look, people will go see Brian Regan, who's as funny as anybody alive, and go, oh, he was too clean. People will leave going, he was too clean. So do some research, know who you're going to see, and don't, does that make sense?
No, well, here's what I would say to Regan. Could you just say fuck every once in a while?
Yes.
For no apparent reason?
But when how everybody's trying to go after everything, and comics, that's one thing we have is,
But I love that. Maybe it makes comedy dangerous again. You know what I mean? Maybe for a while it felt like you couldn't shock people. And now it feels like you can. Here's what's happening. People that are laughing or not laughing, they don't want to end up on the internet laughing at an offensive joke now. Or that makes them look bad.
Also, too, some of them are there with a group of friends or coworkers, and they don't want to be that coworker that they talk about going, oh, she or he laughed at that. But every people in this country are outraged if they're not outraged. They have to find something. So anything you say can offend somebody. I was watching years ago at the Improv. Mario Cantone was on stage. What? You can't get any funnier.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And he was talking about hitting a deer with his car, or a bit about Bambi. Not even hitting a deer. A bit about Bambi. A lady in the audience started crying. What's wrong? Or some girl. My mom just died hitting a deer with her car. Well, how the fuck does he know that? And why would she bring that up and bring that to the show to a dead halt when he's doing a Bambi bit? Shut up.
That is funny that everyone's always willing to laugh until it's something that kind of affects them.
Yeah.
And then they'll yell out, well, my cousin had spinal whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is when you say something offensive or whatever, just before it say, oh, my brother's that or my cousin's that.
But that's all kind of pussy too, right?
I know. I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't. And I had what did I have the other day? I had someone complain about something, and someone, I don't know where I was, and it's going great. You're not funny. Hey, if you said, in my opinion, you're not funny, I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind at all then if someone said, in my opinion.
In my
you're not
opinion,
funny.
but when they're trying to speak for the whole audience, shut your mouth. They're laughing. Anyhow, I don't want to be negative. I want to be positive. We're trying to find Bonnie a new husband. And
Chuck has an idea here for Bonnie's husband. Let's just give it a try. Chuck, you're on the air with Rich Voss. He's going to be at Bananas this weekend. And then Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut, February 9th. What do you got, Chuck?
Hey, how you doing, Rich? I've been listening to you since Opie and Anthony days. And anybody that's listening to the show with you and Bonnie on it, she's not going to end up with a comic. It's fucking John Stamos.
Was she a John Stamos fan?
Well, she met him in L.A., and I came. They were sitting at a table, and I walk over, and she looked at me like, who's he to me? And then next thing you know, when she gets back from L.A. because I was only there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
She gets back from L.A. and she's following him on Twitter back then. I go, oh, yeah. But then and she goes, why would John Stamos have anything to do with me? Hey, guys practice. Guys practice during the week.
What about Charles in Charge? He'd be great with Bonnie. You know, he's
Scott
in the news.
Baio?
Yeah, Scott Baio. He's in the news right now.
Yeah, but he's in the news for not doing good things.
Oh, is that right? I don't read the whole story. I just
see Bonnie's
see
a
the
real
picture. I'm like, that's great. He's doing good.
Bonnie's a real feminist. She was going to go to the march in D.C.
And what happened?
The laundry wasn't done.
Okay.
And that's my bit, not hers.
Really? Because it sounds like it's right out of her act.
Yeah, I did it first. She'll say she did it first.
Yeah.
But we argue sometimes because maybe she did and I forgot.
Everybody on the train is fine, they're saying, except for the guy driving the dump truck.
Oh,
What
man.
happened?
He got fucked up. Train accident, and we had members of Congress on it, you know?
Hit a trash truck. Yeah, an Amtrak train.
Well, Congress, how come they're not flying?
I don't know. It's a really great question. They were going all the way to West Virginia. That's quite a haul.
Yeah.
Oh, they're okay. Man, Amtrak is having some bad luck lately.
I know. We were just saying, it seems like the nicest kind of travel, you know, compared to everything else. You just go there, you get on, there's no lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're relaxed, you got plenty of leg room, you can plug in, but yeah, they're fucking up quite a bit.
The first TV show I ever did was Comedy on the Road, and I did it in Charlotte, John Bynum, and I took the train there, and I had one of those little sleeper cars.
Oh, really?
It was like it was so cool, and there was a girl across in her sleeper car, and I everything in my power to get her just to hang out in mine, and she wouldn't do it. But I wasn't known then.
Yeah. Hashtag me too. It's basically you're outing yourself in a nice hashtag. Here's Ann in Boston. Ann, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie. I just wanted to call out because I saw Rich on Saturday in Boston last weekend, and he was rocking the room. Everybody had a great time, and I was just wondering maybe he could bring Bonnie up next time.
Well, Bonnie would have to go on her own because Bonnie and I can't work together because they can't afford two of us because we're both headliners unless we're doing like a theater. But you were there Saturday. I had so much fun in Boston.
Yeah,
at that club.
You were great. You were so great, and you were so nice afterwards selling your CDs. You were so warm and friendly.
As long as you buy a CD, it'll be very nice to you.
I said to the audience that night in Boston, I said, if you buy my CD, I'll go out and buy a Patriots shirt. And then I go, so I have something to jerk off into tonight.
Great talking to you, Ronnie. I love you. I love you.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Yeah, Boston's a great town for comedy.
You know, this is always funny too. When Rich and Bonnie at the stand, they'll work one after another, and then they don't mention to the people who don't know that they're married. And Rich will be doing wife jokes, and Bonnie will be doing husband jokes, and I'm cracking up. Yeah. I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah, because if there's some slim chance that I can meet somebody, I don't want her for the near future.
Yes,
you know, because you never know what could happen. And someone could be on a train.
Yes, somebody could be on a train. They're in the booth next to you. You sneak over there in the middle of the night. Put your hand over their mouth.
Why, you don't use tape anymore?
No, those days are behind. You know, it's a whole new age. We're woke.
2018.
Yeah, is it already? God damn it.
2018. It's flying by.
It is. It's
flying
over.
by. You're going to love this theater. You're going to love it.
Well, this is the one. Didn't Paul Newman build this theater? Isn't it the old Paul Newman Playhouse?
In Ridgefield, Connecticut?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really
Look
like
that
a
up,
lot of
would you?
places I work. I don't ask who the architect was or the builder.
Well,
sometimes I'll ask who the sheetrocker was, but never.
You know, you're familiar with Paul Newman, the actor, right?
Yes, I guess in between spaghetti sauce and car race.
I didn't say that he went out there and like fucking hammered things in. It was called the Paul Newman Theater.
You said maybe it was named after him.
Yeah. No, but he actually owned it. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
What my wife's calling.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Should I pick it up or
yeah?
Not? Mm-hmm. Hello.
Not saying that it was his. I mean, he's performed there. He acted there, but I don't think.
Where is the old Paul Newman Theater, dinner theater?
I'm on radio. Can I do it in 10 minutes during break?
What'd you get in trouble for?
Nothing.
What'd you
I got to
do?
just send her a picture of an insurance card. She has my daughter at the doctor,
Yeah.
the podiatrist, and these insurance companies, I'm paying $18,000 a year, and they don't send out insurance cards anymore.
Man, that's insane.
So I'm just going to take a picture of it. I'm not going to let this hurt my interview.
No, go ahead, do it. That comes first.
I'm not going to, because, listen to me. I respect everything that goes on but, when my daughter and her ingrown hangnail are a problem, look at this.
On the next Bennington show, Rich Voss looks up his insurance card.
Paul Newman and his wife saved the Westport Country Playhouse.
So that's nothing. It's not the same place.
No, this one's in Westport, Connecticut.
Okay, somebody told me the exact opposite.
Oh, people lie.
I know.
Why do they lie like that?
To make me look like a fucking idiot. No, here I am, Daydream Johnny.
I know. I feel
I'll come
so
out on stage
embarrassed
and
for
people
you.
will be booing me. You got the name of the theater wrong. You're an idiot.
Hold on. Okay, I'm back.
I thought this was in Westport. It's not in Westport.
It's
in
Ridgefield. It's not
Okay.
far. What do you take? You'll have a ride there?
No, fly. I'm gonna fly in. I got a layover at the Empire Casino in Yonkers
Why do you
or the Bronx.
I say you take Amtrak.
Yeah, I'll tie myself to the front of the train. Fucking daredevil act. I'll come pulling up and the place will be going crazy.
I got from the theater. This kid sent me 1,000 goddamn questions. Do you need a sound check? What would you like backstage? This and that. I go, well, yeah, just So we get to eat whatever we want. We could order, anything you like. I don't need raw fish anymore.
You're off of
Really?
raw fish? You don't off sushi?
You don't see those. You ever see the story on Facebook where the girl? This had nothing to do with sushi. Where they were picking worms out of her arms. You got to see this.
That's from
the
raw
thing-
fish?
I don't know. No, that one's from.
She had a puppy.
That's but people. There was a
Do you
guy.
do sound checks though at theaters? Do you make no? Why
Why
would
would I do that?
Yeah.
Get a goddamn one of the people working there to go out and go, hello, hello.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What
Can
a-
you hear me?
What am I? Who am I? Deep Purple?
Somebody should have sound checked at Caroline's last night though. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought the mic sounded dead.
What did you guys do at Caroline's last night? You did a mask?
Presenting a young man.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. They said, would you present this young man?
Oh,
Dan
he did
Perlman?
stand up?
Yes,
So you
yeah.
introduced him?
I introduced him, and I don't know what the whole event was about, really. And then at
I
the
think
end,
they do
played
like
this
a
TV show.
I think they do a series of giving up and coming comics an hour.
I'm praying that something good will happen to him, and then he'll put me in his sitcom as
Yeah.
either his
Who is he?
sick Dan Perlman. He's it looks like he sold 2 cartoons, right?
Yeah.
And it's got a web series.
Dan, does he have blondish hair?
Yeah.
He was around a while ago in New York,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Blonde hair. He kind of sometimes wears it in a faux hawk. You know what I mean? He'll wear a faux hawk, and he dresses very 80s, like he goes on
Yeah.
stage like Eddie Murphy's fucking leather outfit.
Wasn't really a good stand-up, but you knew he would do other things?
Yeah, right. That was it. The stand-up was his weakest part, but I'm like, something big is going to
I
happen
kind of
for him.
remember him from the Boston Comedy Club.
He was in Boston Comedy Club
Dan
there for a
Perlman,
while.
I remember him. He was
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Yeah, they used to call him Danny Pearls sometimes. He would go up as Danny Pearls. And then something happened. I don't know whether it was an accident. He was out in Colorado and a horse or a mule kicked him. And
At the show?
yeah, it was during the show because they were performing. It was like a rodeo.
Yeah.
He did a lot of rodeo material, right?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. All right. John has a request for you, Rich.
Hold on.
Yes. Yes.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Gail, Ronnie.
Hey, what's happening?
What?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I know you probably won't, but I'm really sorry. I made a stupid comment about you list about last year. Will you please unblock me on Twitter?
Why does it matter to you whether he blocks you or unblocks you? What's the
Yeah.
I
what's
don't
the
know.
big deal?
Because it's
I don't know. I just think he's funny, so I miss his comments.
But you can't see him when you're blocked. Like if you blocked me, I couldn't see you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're blocked from each other.
Listen,
I didn't know that.
if I block somebody, that means they're done to me. The worst is muting somebody because then they don't even know they're blocked.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how. How do I find you on Twitter?
How do you unblock somebody? It's impossible.
I've got, it's ScopePro.
It's what?
FBI. It's ScopePro 99.
Scope Pro 99.
Yeah, it's too
Kinda
much.
crazy. Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to do for you, stupid. Email me at rich@richvoss.com.
John, couldn't you just get another account and then you're not blocked?
He doesn't want to lose the 7 followers he has.
Yeah.
Email
Builds
me.
up a reputation.
Email me your info at rich@richvoss.com.
But you could just have another account called Voss Follower and you only go there to see what Rich is up to.
I think there's one account blocked by Voss on Twitter.
That's good. That would be good.
I like that.
Vito, are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
What was your last tweet? What did you tweet?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Meatloaf with a side of potatoes.
Once a week meatloaf. He's his name on Twitter.
I tweeted about the Royal Rumble.
What did you tweet?
I tweeted Ronda Rousey won the Royal Rumble because the rules are whoever points at the sign at the end of the night wins.
I don't get it.
Is she wrestling now?
Yeah, she's a full-time WWE
What
employee
happened?
now.
She can't fight for real. She has to pretend fight.
Oh, it's so sad that it's like she was top of the game.
Yeah, for what? 5 seconds? She beat up one girl, and as soon as she had to fight anybody else, she was done.
I thought she won a lot of fights
I don't
before
know.
those
I
two
don't know
girls.
anything about it.
Neither do I.
Oh, yeah. I don't
It's
know
like two
anything
people.
about
That's my next book or TV show. It's called No Research.
No research.
Yeah,
Just-
but I talk about everything.
Yeah.
That I know. But it's kind of like, it's a comic going on cruises.
It is. It is the cruise ship version. And yet it'll never go away. It'll never go away. You know?
What, wrestling?
Yeah. It's always been around.
I was when I watched it with Haystack Calhoun and Gorilla
Yeah.
Monsoon and Bruno Sammartino, I loved it. When Haystack Calhoun or Gorilla Monsoon were wrestling, it was like the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah.
That's how big it was back then.
There's a show, right, on about the Giant. It's coming out on
HBO documentary.
Yeah. And I saw the Giant naked once playing solitaire. I had to go do something in a wrestling match, and you just walk in there, and the Giant was just sitting naked.
Really?
I just saw him playing the card.
Full
yeah.
frontal?
Full naked.
You don't seem like the guy that brags.
Yeah, but
What-
I've known some of the real greats in my life.
And not in a gay way.
Mhm.
What's a guy like that packing? Like,
It's impossible to tell because it could have been large, but since it doesn't, the rest of his body
Yeah.
is so
That's
fucking
the issue.
gigantic.
does it hit your tonsils?
No, I don't think so. I think I could have taken right down to the base of the shaft.
Well, you're a pro, though.
Yes,
You don't-
yeah.
you-
I want to make sure everything goes well every single time. Hey, Adam, you're on the air. How are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. I just want to say, like I told the person on the phone, the young lady, nice lady there, I'm a
Intern.
disabled veteran, and when I was recovering from my injury, like I still am right now, you guys have the Raw Dog channels that are on. I'm listening to you guys have really made stuff go by easier, and just want to say thank you.
Oh, it's very nice to hear, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend, and welcome home. And you're out now? You never have to go back there again?
No way. I don't want to get scabies.
Yeah. Okay. Take care, my friend.
What
Peace.
was wrong? What
All
was
right,
wrong
thank
with
you
him?
very much.
He's a disabled veteran, and laying in bed, and he's able to listen. You know how a lot of people enjoy comedy when
Yeah.
they're healing. You know that from your CDs have done wonders for people.
It's true.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys in the car, and it's great radio.
You feel
Great.
better?
Yeah.
It heals you.
It heals me.
Yeah.
And I love the Tiny Dancer ending.
Yeah.
I loved everything about the show. And I know at 3, then stand-up comedy comes on and I might hear myself. That's what I'm waiting
You could hear yourself, and it's a little couple extra bucks every time you do.
We got in the car yesterday, and I was taking my wife to the doctor. She had to go yesterday, and she came out of the doctor's office, and she's telling me I turned on the radio, and she's telling me what's wrong, but it was me. I said, just hold on, let me listen to this bit.
This bit's really great.
It's a good one. I want to see how much they play of it. And she goes, haven't we heard enough of it? And she was right. It was a little narcissistic.
Yeah, slightly, I guess, listening to yourself. But then, and then why not?
But when I listen to myself, my slur, when I'm taping a CD, I don't have as bad of a slur. I guess I'm really self-conscious about it.
Yeah, maybe if you focus a little more throughout the day, you'd be okay with it.
Yeah, or got one of those dentist things that suck the fucking.
Yeah, just have that just at all times, just draining everything. Why don't you plug Rich Voss? I see you plugging every other comic in here.
Why
and
is
Rich
that?
comes in, you got nothing for him.
Rich, I apologize. Rich Voss is in studio. Rich Voss will be at Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey this Friday and Saturday. For tickets and showtimes, go to bananascomedyclub.com. And you can also see Rich Voss at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut on Friday, February 9th, 8 p.m., featuring Ron Bennington and Jim Florentine. RidgefieldPlayhouse.org for tickets, on Twitter at Rich Voss.
Now, are you a Super Bowl guy? You're going to be watching the Super Bowl and enjoying?
Yeah.
You're doing it at home? Bobby Kelly's throwing that party.
Yeah, I'm going to go there,
Yeah.
I think. I already bet on it.
Uh-huh.
I took a dumb bet. I took Jacksonville.
Okay.
No, I took
That's going to get you some long odds stuff. If they do win, it'll be unbelievable.
I took the over, which is like 48 points. But when you take the under, it's no fun watching a Super Bowl or a game taking the under because you're like, oh, they scored again. You could lose that bet by the second quarter.
Yeah.
You could
Now,
lose.
it seems like the under is the bet, right, Chris?
Yeah, that's what it seems people are saying to take. Yeah.
What are you taking?
I'm taking the over.
You're the same as Rich. You just go high. But everybody's thinking, well, the Eagles have a good defense, and Belichick's had 2 fucking weeks to look at this. It's tough.
Yeah, he's game planning.
It's tough when he game plans you.
Yeah.
And also, it was 6 points. Then this is what I heard, and I don't know because I just bet I bet money on the over under,
Right.
but I bet my friend we bet like a dozen golf balls every year. I took Philly, and I'm getting 6 points. But I heard it went down to 4 because somebody bet like $10 million.
Yeah,
in
it's
Vegas.
done 4.5.
Four
Is
and
it
a half.
one guy that dropped it like that?
All right, so one guy. All right, so a few people have dropped like $500,000 bets, but then one guy just dropped $1 million bet on the Eagles to cover.
Who's the guy?
Oh, not to cover, to win. It's this guy they call Better X. He won $14 million betting the World Series last year.
Better X?
They call him Better X.
Nobody knows who he is.
They won't say who he is. I mean, they have to know since this guy's making the bets, but no one's releasing his name.
Yeah, but $1 million bet is nothing in the overall scheme of betting on this Super Bowl. And
Yeah. It's supposedly billions of dollars bet.
Yeah. So why
would
is
one bet fucking bring it down that low?
Yeah, that's what caused the half
Who's
point.
they? What? Who's saying?
Who are these people?
The Vegas sports books.
Powers that be?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The fat cats in Washington?
It brought it down 1.5 points.
Half point.
Because they're saying a half. Well, no, it went to 6 to 4.5. You're saying.
Yeah, but it went from 5 to 4.5 after this guy made the bet.
Okay, so half a point, which is basically a point. It went down that from one bet because they think if people find out this guy bet $1 million at this, other people are going to jump on this bandwagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does what they're like. That guy must know something.
I see.
You know?
Because
Same thing happens in the stock market. If there's certain people who suddenly go in and buy stocks, then everybody else rushes because they're like, that fucking dude makes money.
Okay.
No matter what.
I see.
I don't bet on sports. On the Super Bowl, I'll throw some. Last year during college football, I knew a guy that worked with a college team. He said, we're going to get killed this week. And I didn't bet. And they got killed. Then I saw him at the gym. He said, you think we got killed this week? Next week, we're going to get fucking murdered. And I didn't bet. These were guaranteed.
Right.
Guaranteed. Even if he didn't say that to me. He wasn't doing anything about betting.
Yeah,
he was
he was there every day saying how bad it
just
looked.
saying, hey, these are tough teams we're playing. It wasn't anything to do with gambling or anything like that. And I just don't gamble on sports because I don't stop.
Let me tell you, I don't bet on sports either, but I've been betting on movies, and I've won so much money on The Rock. And I think he's going to win. Every time I see him, I think he's going to win something. Here's Wade in Toronto. He thinks he knows how stupid Chris is and knows what's going on instead. Go ahead.
Well, Ronnie, that BetterX bet $12.5 million. That's how it makes the move. $1 million wouldn't make it.
One guy bet $12.5 million on a game.
Yeah. Outright Philly.
No, let me just say this.
Wait, he took Philly without the money? Philly on the money line?
No, forget the money. He's just going straight Philly to win.
Well, then that pays way more than...
Yeah.
What would that pay if you're betting the underdog without the points, Chris? What are we talking about there?
That makes
what's coming back my way if I make that bet.
If it's straight up to win, that means you make your money back.
Well, everybody makes their money back.
Yeah. You make $1 million. Say you bet $1 million, then you win $1 million.
No, you win if you bet 100, you win 165. Plus,
what are you talking? Why
right
would
there it says Eagles money line at 165.
$1 million, I get $1 million.
And by the way, it's $1 million bet. That's the bet. That guy's wrong. He won 12.5 or 13 million betting on the World Series, but he bet $1 million for the Eagles, Eagles money line.
Taking
$1 plus.
Plus 165.
What does that mean? Plus
so
165
for every
money line.
100 you bet, instead of winning if you took,
he's looking at, if he's betting $1 million, he's getting 1.6 million back to him, right?
1.65 million.
Yeah.
Because if you took him with the points, say you bet $1 million with the points, you get $1 million back.
Yeah.
If you took him on the money line, you get $1,650,000.
Okay.
You see?
All right.
I think I'm pretty right about that.
So,
BetterX is he knows, so this game is as good as over. I 100% believe in BetterX right now. I hadn't heard of him 10 minutes ago, but now I feel like this thing is a lot.
Well, BetterX is like some 18-year-old kid on a computer.
All high.
Everything is broken down into like weight and height and wind.
Vito, who are you picking in this game? Be honest here.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Chris, you haven't made your bet yet, or
I haven't made my bet yet.
You make us wait until right before the game.
Yeah.
So you're taking.
But then
the
no
over.
one has time to bet.
Yeah.
Like then they can't take your picks into consideration.
I'll give people an hour before the game.
What?
Do you think?
It's just so annoying.
He just made that up now too.
But he could pick
I will
it
give them an hour.
anytime.
There's plenty of websites people can bet on.
Are you going to Bobby's thing on Saturday?
No, I don't
Sunday.
think so because I get family stuff. You know, we're all Eagles fans. My dad's 90, going to be 91. He's a big Eagles fan, so I don't think I can make it to that. Plus, having Boston guys there and having them taunt you during the game, I can't take my dad to that.
Yeah, that's true. Taunt you, but what if they're losing?
Why would they lose? They're the Patriots.
I know.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Rich Voss,
thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to this show in Connecticut. Go to ridgefieldplayhouse.org. I'll be with Rich. And then the very, very funny Jim Florentine. That's a show in itself. He's one of the funniest ever. And then Bananas this weekend in Hasbrook Heights, bananascomedyclub.com.
I got to admit, I thought I was pretty good today. I didn't let that call throw me off in any way. I handled it professionally.
Yeah.
I think I came in here, gave a rose, wasn't offered any wheat thins. I think everything went. A lot of times when I do radio, if there's a box of wheat thins, nobody hoards it in front of them like we're in a fallout shelter and we're all asleep and she woke up eating. But that's okay.
She didn't want you to end up getting little worms in your skin.
That's okay.
They're getting them
She
for
don't
wheat
want my
thins.
grubby fingers on her stupid wheat thins.
All right, we'll be back. Tim Dillon is going to be here. This is Bennington.
How'd you get?
This week's Dish segment is presented by Dish, ranked #1 in customer service nationally by J.D. Power and their customers. Dish tuned into you. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com.
And who do we have joining us for this week's Dish? It's unbelievable. Tim Dillon is here. Tim.
Thank you so much.
By the way, if you follow him on Instagram, you will see a lot of fantastic foods.
That's what I thought Dish was about food. And I'm like, oh, it's about Cardi B.
Do you know? By the way, Jeffrey Gurian wants everyone to know she used to be a New York stand-up.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I had no idea.
I just lost all respect for her.
Yeah.
And I love her.
Yeah, that's where that act comes from that she does, that fake stuff. She's a parody act.
That is
what
so
she
funny.
is. Yeah, she's playing a character much like Andrew Dice Clay. As we get into this, because I know you like food, Maxim is running kind of a comfort food, Philly versus Boston.
Oh, I
right
like this.
now.
Interesting.
So both places are known for really good comfort food, you know?
Right. Where there's white trash, there's comfort.
Yes.
You know?
And then, Philly might be the most. Well, Philly and Boston both have great urban white trash. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times we think of white trash, it's
As
the
like
South
rural,
or not in this case.
No, these are my people. These are shanty Irish.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
real
You know?
shanty Irish.
Yeah.
And this was up. I think it's Max Kellerman saying that Notre Dame. There's people putting pressure on Notre Dame to get rid of the Fighting Irish name because it's hurtful to the Irish. You know how the Irish hate to think of themselves as people who like to scrap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to get rid of the redheaded guy.
I was wondering if it was if it was offensive, like to little people, because I didn't know. Is it supposed to be?
No, he's not tiny.
Oh, okay. I
He's
was
an
thought he
average
was like
sized man.
a little guy.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, he's little in there, but the guy that they get to.
Okay.
Well, they're
gotcha.
they're gonna change the name to the Starving Irish, and it's just gonna be an emaciated victim of the potato famine, because that's the other stereotype we could go with, you know, or the corrupt cop Irish.
Yes.
Like, what are we doing here?
To look the other end,
Yeah.
the cop on the arm.
Yeah.
To see him getting something.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so, man, we are in trouble.
Yeah, we are in trouble. All right. By the way, what do you pick, comfort food wise, Boston or Philly?
Man, it's just I go with Boston.
All right. Here's how they line it up right off the bat. And it's going piece by piece. But Boston, obviously, you're going to get more seafood. If you're a seafood guy, that's going to help you. But the grinder versus the hoagie, that's not close. That's Philly's.
That's Philly.
Yeah,
Philly
that's
owns the sandwich versus Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
The roast pork Italian versus the lobster roll. I'm a fan of both of these.
Yeah, I like both of those
but
things.
Me
a
too.
lobster roll has got to be the top. Right?
I think the lobster roll is going to come in first.
Yeah. It's too special not to.
Cheesesteak versus clam chowder.
It's water.
Oh, it's water. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Where's this for you? I heard you say what?
Cheesesteak.
You're not a clam chowder guy at all.
Cheesesteak wins handedly for me.
Listen.
Yeah.
Clam chowder is like a big bowl of cum. It's disgusting.
Okay, all right.
I got to be honest. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Cheesesteak.
Yeah. No one wants a big bowl of cum.
No.
Once it's away from the body, it's not
Yeah. There's
appetizing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like almost like 5-second rule kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Once it hits the floor,
Yeah, you're done.
that's it, you're done. All right, interesting.
I love a good cheesesteak.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Now they have scrapple versus
All right. Well, now we're getting real shitty, you know?
fish and chips.
it's like
Be honest.
all right, a bloody sock on the floor versus a tire.
Yeah.
I got to go with fish and chips. Scrapple's real.
If you grow up with it, you love it.
Love it?
I love it.
Wow.
I would have it every day.
Really?
It was up to me, yeah.
It has the consistency of a scab.
Again,
That's what Scrapple tastes like.
yeah.
I'm eating a scab from like a
I also
monster.
want to
Yeah.
point this out. You got to get Habersets. Scrapple.
Interesting.
I don't
Yeah.
need any other kind.
Interesting.
Last time I was at a diner down there and they gave me something other than Haberset, I took the fucking plate and I threw it and I'll burn this whole fucking place down.
Yeah.
I was like, just calm down. We have other Scrapple.
Yeah.
I go, all right, you're right. All right, so that's basically their. Then
Scrapple for me.
Cannoli versus Boston cream pie. I'm going to tell you, I consider the cannoli more of a New York fucking dessert.
Yeah. Philly
Yeah.
can't appropriate.
But I mean, I agree. I didn't think a cannoli was a Philly thing. But if I'm picking between those two, I pick a cannoli because I actually find Boston cream pies to be gross.
Well, I think if you look at those two towns, you're like, what is better to throw at your wife in a
Right.
heated argument in the driveway?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are, other than their accent, incredibly similar towns.
I know.
They're very, very close to each other.
I kind of like Boston people for that reason. I love Philly people.
Yeah.
Boston people are like the cousin of the Philly personality.
Both of those cities were way northern holdouts on racism. You know what I mean? Like,
it took them a while.
In the 70s during busing, both of those cities went fucking buck wild. Buck wild.
Yeah.
All right, let's start talking, Cardi B or whatever the dish is. Let's get the dish going.
Well, there is a Cardi B dish right now. She's up against Wendy Williams. She allegedly, at the Grammys over the weekend, she snubbed children from the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait.
They had kids on the Make-A-Wish.
Okay.
He had put them up as part of the red carpet.
Right.
And everybody was going over and asking him questions like it mattered.
And Cardi was the only one that didn't do that. There was a meme going around from someone from the Make-A-Wish Foundation saying Cardi B looked at, ignored, and walked past the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids there to meet the Grammy nominees and only came back when forced by her publicist to take a quick picture. All of the other stars took time to meet and hug each other. Not all your faves are as they seem.
What a prick thing for the Make-A-Wish to say, though. You know what I mean?
But it's also
Not
like
everybody.
Yeah.
what shitty Make-A-Wish was that? It was some kid was like, I want to meet a lion, and they're like, well, we got Wendy Williams at the Grammys. We could bring her over.
I want to meet a lion.
Yeah. You know, like what kind of shit is that?
But see, here's the other deal. Now you know what it's like to be on the red carpet, because not the stars don't come over to everybody. And then a lot of, like, if I was asked years ago, would you do a red carpet? I'm like, absolutely not. It's brutal out there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
It seems
and
terrible.
It's humbling to the people who have to do it.
Also, she can't go up to a bunch of kids and say that she's got butterflies in her vagina.
Yeah, she did say that.
Yeah.
So she was probably like, I can't be myself around these children.
Yeah.
I need to pass them by.
Are they saying this is how black people treat children?
Yeah.
I'd like to get to the bottom
I don't think she's black.
She's a Trinidad and Dominican.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that why you love her so?
I do. I love her. I love
You're
her a lot.
Trinidad.
Yeah, I think she's great. I think she's funny and great. And you know what? A bunch of kids with cancer are not taking me and Cardi B from each other. You know what I mean? But by the way, is that you work your ass off to get to the Grammys? You're on the red carpet, and you're like, by the way, here's a bunch of tragedy. You know? How about get out of my way and let me be rich and famous? Okay? How about that? What else? We're going to turn this into an ICU now? I mean, this is ridiculous. Come on.
Tim stands up for the underdog. I saw a bunch of comics attacking Monique the other night at the stand, and Tim said, fuck this.
Go get your money. Go get your money. I love all these comics that side with Netflix. Like they give a shit about you. You always side with a corporate fucking conglomerate.
Yeah.
You know, I stand with a conglomerate. You know? What kind of soulless is, I don't care what, Monique said a lot of stuff that's not true. She's like, I'm the greatest that's ever been. But that's what you got to do if you're trying to hype yourself up and get money.
So they were all against Tim, and then I was like this. I'm with Tim on this. I see how much he cares. He cares. All right, give us another dish.
Well, I just wanted to say what she's posted, because Wendy Williams went after her on her show, saying that Cardi's a stripper, she needs to humble herself, and Cardi
oh my God.
And then Cardi then reposted the message, the meme that was going around, saying, when white people got nothing to talk about, I keep saying this shit. First of all, I wasn't even able to speak to so many outlets, and I was extremely rushed because I was late for pre-check for performance. Second, I did stop and say hi, and I took a pic. I'm not that industry bitch you want to try. I will violate you in real life as well as don't make me catch your ass again. I will crush your shit.
Oh boy!
So
that was It's probably written for her by a publicist.
That's a great publicist.
She had to take it right. Yeah, she had to take it down right after that.
That was as close to the bust the cap as I've ever seen. I mean, she almost crossed the line.
Also, Wendy Williams being like, she's a stripper. Fuck you, Wendy Williams. Like, that's what you're going to say, that she used to dance? I mean, she make money moves now. Okay. You know what I mean? She ain't got to dance.
Well, Wendy Williams has a very dignified profession. She's daytime talk show host. You know, she's following in a proud line of people like Jerry Springer and Jenny Jones. And,
good call to Jenny Jones. That's old school.
Oh, of course, Maury Povich. This is the legendary footsteps you're following in.
You know, you could yell at everybody. You used to be a cashier, though. You know what I mean? You're not your old jobs. You're your current job.
Well, right now, everybody keeps talking about Bella and Gigi Hadid posing nude for British Vogue. It's the issue isn't out yet, but they're saying that it's creepy and incestuous because it shows Gigi both of them are naked, and it shows Gigi holding her sister.
They're cunny to cunny. Let's face it. They're cunny up against cunny. Like if this was two dudes, everybody would be weirded out by it. If this was two brothers, if this was the Handsome brothers.
Can I tell you, looking at this image, it wouldn't have occurred to me that it's weird that they're two sisters. The only thing I can look at is those long ass leg. I mean, those are the longest leg. I mean, that is a leg.
She's folded it. She's even folded her leg.
It's also Vogue is now giving up that they're a fashion magazine because nobody's wearing any clothes. There's not one thing to sell. There's not one earring on. What are we doing? You know? Why is there's literally nothing? You know? There's nothing. Nobody's got a sock on that you could sell.
Nothing.
What are you doing?
There's nothing to buy in this.
I mean, you know what I mean?
So where is the internet falling on this? Are they pro or anti?
They're anti the nudity. They think it's a couple comments were basically thought that they were scissoring themselves. And,
Scissor sisters.
They are scissor sisters. They're literal scissor sisters.
Well, they know what they're doing. I mean, I'm sure they took baths together when they were kids. They know how close to get.
I mean, it looks like they just got out of the bath.
Yeah.
I guess they thought that their mom, Yolanda, would be upset about this, but...
Why, how old are they?
One's 20. Bella's 20, I think, and then Gigi is 22.
And what are they? They're wrestlers? Is that who they are, Bella? Are they the dinosaurs?
What's Cena?
So how did they get famous? They're models?
Their mom was on Real Housewives, Yolanda, and she was a top model.
Story here. I don't know who anybody is anymore.
Yolanda Hadid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mom's beautiful.
She married a big producer. Who does she married? Some big guy. He's won
he's like a
bunch of
billionaire.
Grammys.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
But
good for the whole Hadid family.
I have a shoot very similar to this on the Interrobang coming out. So I just hope that people don't accuse me of stealing from the Hadids. I don't need that.
Well, speaking of nude photos, Kim Kardashian posted another picture of her on Instagram recently where she's basically nude and she blurred out her nipples.
It's almost like these people aren't intellectuals.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think that.
I said this before about Kim. I think she's aged out of this and her place.
Yeah.
I mean, why is she trying to get attention? No one's had this much attention in 10 years.
Yeah, ever. She's got the most attention ever on Earth.
Yeah.
And it's still not enough.
It's not.
She still wakes up, and that's how sick the disease of fame is. She still wakes up and perks up her tit and goes, let's get it going on Instagram. There's only 30 paparazzi outside my house today. I want 90.
I'm concerned because there is kind of a Jimmy Schubert leg situation going here. One leg is much smaller than the other.
Yeah. Look at the comment. One guy goes, is it really necessary for you to do this? This should be your husband's eyes only. It's like, have you seen this? Have you met her before?
Yeah. That's never really been
your
her
husband's
thing.
eyes only. Wait a minute.
Why is that guy even fucking concerned?
I love it. I love these are real people. You got to read these internet comments and you realize these are like real people who think they're gonna like she's gonna read that and go, you know what? He's right. This is a temple for my husband only. I'm sorry.
I read the comments to the post, whatever it happens to be, but no one comes close to World Star Hip Hop.
The best.
Yeah,
I could fucking laugh and keep going forever. and I say this, and I mean it, even though it's going to come across sounding slightly prejudiced, but I don't know how black people figure out who the comics are and who the audience is, because they're all equally fucking funny. Those comments are fucking hysterical.
One of the best comments on World Star Hip Hop I ever read was just simply that bitch looked like a shoe. You know what I mean? Just simple, to the point. Just beautiful.
Tim Dillon sitting in with us, Chris.
Tim will be taping his 15-minute Netflix special February 8th.
Congratulations, my friend.
Letting me do a full 15. Thank you, Netflix.
I think it's smart, man. I think it's
probably smart. It is kind of embarrassing, though, when they're like, he's got a 6-minute special coming up. It's like, oh, boy.
I'm going to be honest. I can't make it through anybody's hour.
Yeah,
I take 4 fucking times before I see the whole hour.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That taping's happening February 8th at Terminal West in Atlanta, Georgia. Go to theblacklistnyc.com/Netflix15 for a chance at free tickets. And Tim's podcast, Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, is available on Gas Digital Network and iTunes. On Twitter at Tim J. Dillon.
And because it's 15 minutes, they only give them a quarter of what they give Chappelle and Seinfeld.
It's true.
But you can make that work. I mean,
That's fine.
You can live on that for a couple months.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it work. I just love it's kind of funny because it's because you don't think of a special as being a 15-minute thing, so it's kind of embarrassing when people say, he's got a 15-minute Netflix. But the way people's attention spans are now, that might be the best.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a very enjoyable way to watch comedy.
Yeah.
I can't.
It doesn't take up any time. You can watch it before you go out.
Yes.
That's what my friend said. It's like you could just watch it and then leave your house. Like, oh, let me just watch this quick thing and then.
Right.
Well, the other thing is that you are going to remember it all. I've said this to you before. I will watch a special. I'll be laughing through the whole thing. That'll be a great special. Then the next day, someone will say, "Oh, you saw it? What was your favorite part?" And I'm like, "Oh, all the stuff he said was funny."
Yeah.
For some reason, you just get a fatigue of funniness.
Yeah.
So I think if 15 minutes set, you're going to remember everything that person said.
All right, let's dish.
Well, Lolo Jones.
I don't know who that
she's the Olympic hurdler.
Okay, yeah. Lolo.
Mm-hmm. So
she's Swedish.
Mm-hmm. She called out Blake Griffin.
Oh no!
On Twitter because somebody wrote to her saying Lolo Jones has a thing for Blake Griffin, where she replied, "Nah, I went on a date with him. Worst date of my life, and he's a terrible kisser."
Holy shit, Lolo!
Wow.
That's not even
that was low.
Yeah.
I just think hey, we went out once, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unless is she basically saying me too?
No, she's just saying he sucks.
she just saying he sucks.
You can't expect a 7'2" guy to be a good kisser. They're barely human.
Yeah. I'll say, shut up. You're a hurdler.
She had to hurdle.
The hell is that?
She had to hurdle over his penis to get him.
Nobody looks up to the hurdlers.
It is tough to remember. See, again, every 4 years I will care who wins the Olympics, but
I know.
no time in between.
I remember Jackie Joyner-Kersee. She was a big hurdler, right? She was the one.
Great.
She was the greatest. And now I don't want to hear about Lolo.
Then there was that other hurdler that everyone was just obsessed with because she was really sexy. And remember, she used to do a dance. Yeah. She wasn't American, but she was
Australian, but she never even finished in the top 10.
I know,
but she had an incredible ass. That's what it was, and she would shake it before.
And she would do like a little sexy dance right beforehand. They'd play it in slow motion, and then everyone decided they loved her.
Well, I would love her even if she was an athlete.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at the girl in the back, so confused.
Yeah, right.
She's like, what's going on?
She's having little feelings she's never had before.
Yeah, she's like, is this female empowerment? Does she even make it over the hurdle?
See, up to this point, a lot of people are uncomfortable about women athletes unless they're pretty, right?
Right.
That's interesting. That's probably true.
And that's why I think that they love the Olympic little tumblers, the gymnastic team.
Because they're feminine looking.
Not only that, because they're young and they're tiny and
their growth has been stunted.
Yes, all that.
Many of them are killed when they get back to the Ukraine if they don't perform.
Even
I
ice
like
skaters
knowing that. It's nice
have
to
that.
know
skaters
that.
have it. It's like
you don't have to be too muscular to do that.
And remember, and those are also things that you're judged.
Yeah.
You're judged. It's not like you go out and whip somebody's ass like the softball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes the swimmers, like the female swimmers, have shoulders
thick
that
backs.
are bigger than mine. Big, thick backs.
Not only those shoulders, but you know, what is this here? Like under the arm, it looks like the wings.
Yeah. I like a good latted woman. Myself. I like a strong latted woman from one of the Caucasus. Like a real, like someone from Estonia or Latvia. And,
well said, Tim. A big latted woman. That was a country song.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago. She is a big latted woman. All right, so Blake Griffin just got pwned.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think it will affect his dating life, though. I don't think girls really care. Well, the DJ who groped Taylor Swift, he just got hired for a radio job, and a lot of Taylor Swift fans on Twitter are very upset about it. They're tweeting Larry Fuss, because that was his name, #Time'sUp. So the reason they're really upset is because the guy who hired him, he's the chief executive of Delta Radio, and he actually believed David, the guy who groped Taylor, over Taylor. So they hired him for the morning show called Jackson and John Bob, and that's the name that he's going by, is Jackson.
And I think he's
by
actually
Stonewall
Jackson is actually what he's going by.
Here's the thing: the guy has got to work again. You can't keep him away from. He got fired. He got, you know what I mean? Why should he never work again?
Maybe because he grabs people's butts.
Maybe there's a danger that he gropes John Bob, or what's his name? So there's a danger there that devolves into an episode of Cops.
When people come out of prison, they have to restart their life.
I think Ron is right. There needs to be some redemption.
Yeah, there's got to be, or else. Then every crime ends with a shootout.
That's why Harvey Weinstein is producing my special. And Netflix doesn't know it, and I hope this doesn't bother them, but I believe in redemption.
By the way, he will promote the shit out of you.
He made a couple of good movies. He's a bad guy.
But my biggest problem with all this stuff is that it's never supposed to be over. We got it. The guy's fired. He got fucking drugged through the mud. She won. He lost. But at some point, he has to come back to society.
Right.
Or else, can you never, if you get a DUI, should you never work again? What if that person's leaving?
If you're a driver, professionally, I would say, no, I wouldn't want to hire a driver.
We do it all the time. DUI people have to be able to drive again.
They have to be able to drive again, preferably drunk.
Yeah.
Because...
Look, some of us can do it. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of us are better than others.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true. I get it, man. We're living in a society now where nothing is enough. No amount of punishment is enough. They want people exiled from society for everything. For a joke, for something you wrote on Twitter, whatever. Now, I get, obviously, the Weinstein, the Spacey, people like that, and people who've done horrible things. But at the end of the day, for the majority of people who maybe have made a mistake or said the wrong thing or whatever, they should be able to just kind of acknowledge it and go, hey, sorry that you take my meaning.
Whatever the punishment happens to be, whatever it is.
You got to come back.
And in this case, the guy got his punishment.
Right.
He's not fucking going to L.A., Chicago, or New York. He's going to fucking, whatever this place.
Jim Bob, Jackson and John Bob. What's it called?
It's in Greenwood, Mississippi. It's called
Jackson and John Bob.
Sounds like a good gig.
This is like, seriously, probably in the market 240. And before that, he was where? Denver?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a gigantic
and I'm
fucking
also,
fall from grace.
I'll go on a limb here and say that the audience of Jackson and John Bob, pretty conservative. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to guess that the people turning that on in the morning aren't Taylor Swift fans.
Now, by the way, you know who, and who was the person who got their butt grabbed?
Taylor Swift.
Okay, Taylor Swift. She got attacked by the great Quincy Jones.
Wow.
The other day. The greatest, in my opinion, one of the greatest record producers of all time. Should he never work again? Is that it? Because I'll tell you this. I'd rather have my ass grabbed than have Quincy Jones saying shit about me.
What did he say about her?
Chris is looking it up now. He's not just sitting there watching the show. He's looking up. Vito's looking up. Oh, you already saw it too?
Well, yeah, I did see this. I think he attacked her songwriting skills.
We all could do that. He says we need fucking songs, not hooks.
Yeah.
I like the hooks too, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's saying you're just having hooks and not enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say this about Taylor: more hooks than a tackle box. We're putting it on 95 YNF this week. We just gave it an ad.
Than a tackle box.
Well, speaking of Quincy Jones,
oh, good.
In the same interview with GQ, he also revealed that he has 22 girlfriends. And when they asked if he was serious, he said, "Hell yeah, everywhere, Cape Town, Cairo." He just kept naming everywhere that he has a girlfriend, and then he said one is coming in next week.
Good for him.
I got a great girl over there from Shanghai. He just kept labeling all the different countries and places that he has a girlfriend. And they asked him, why don't you date somebody basically your own age? He said, "Hell no. Would you see me with an 84-year-old woman? Are you crazy?"
Here's the thing.
Quincy Jones a little nuts.
Yeah, people his age are dead.
He's a little nuts.
I had him in here one day, right? And he was great and he was remarkable. And then he walked out and there was some interns and he started handing out CDs.
Oh, God.
He's like, "Yeah, listen to this. Give me a call. Let me know what you think of it." And I was just laughing my ass off.
Oh, my God.
He had to be 81 years old at the time. Just walking like little steps all around.
Keeping the dream alive.
For me, though, he was with one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
Who's that?
He was with the girl from the Mod Squad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put her picture up. She was one of, I'd say, two people that looked exactly like California, which her face made everybody.
Peggy Lipton?
Yeah, the great Peggy Lipton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was no joke.
Yeah.
That's Rashida Jones' mom, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And this is when there was no interracial dating. You know what I mean? There was nothing interracial. And he got her when she was like the biggest TV star in the world.
Yeah, she's such a beauty, and she's still gorgeous.
And now he's got women in Cairo, Cape Town.
I mean, she barely looks different. They just did a new Twin Peaks, and she was in Twin Peaks. She looks amazing. She barely looks different.
And her daughter's unbelievable.
Yeah,
she's beautiful.
Yeah,
she was in the new Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
Any good?
It's pretty weird. It's a weird show.
Weird good or weird bad?
I did not love the season, but I know a lot of diehard fans are mad at me for saying
I would
that,
rather watch a show about Quincy Jones and his 22. Just jet setting around the world as an elderly man with 22 girlfriends has got to be interesting.
Have you ever heard the Thriller album?
I love the elderly virile man thing. That's my like. Of course, I got 22.
But at his age, probably all they do is dance in the corner while he's having a sherry.
Yeah,
rips off, falls asleep
again,
and they end up making 18,000.
Yeah,
it's nice for everybody.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle Obama just had an interview with Ellen where she talked about that awkward gift that she was given from Melania during the inauguration. It was in a Tiffany box, and there was
just a note that said "Help me." So it was weird. It's like, what kind of gift is this?
There was like a GIF going around where like it was Michelle's face, and she was looking awkward. Like, what do I do with the gift? Well, she like kind of explained what happened and said what the gift was. She said, never before do you get this gift. So I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this gift? Luckily, it was a frame. So it was a frame in a Tiffany box.
Oh, that is an odd gift.
Yeah. Because you see a Tiffany box, you're like, oh shit, what is this?
Melania looks unhappy. She looks really deeply unhappy.
I didn't watch last night, but I know people were making a big deal because they came separately.
It's so stupid, though, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe she had fucking shit to do.
But it is her first time being seen since the...
She wore white. Is that trolling him? I can't... Look, if she wants to leave, she can leave.
Yeah, I don't think she's trolling him with white. I think that I think that, a lot of those couples, by the way, including the Obamas, I think, are, they're partners in like power.
Yeah, sure.
And they don't have a relationship that, a gym teacher and a real estate agent have in South Amboy, New Jersey. I apologize that you can't relate to some of the most powerful and wealthy people in the world, you strip mall dwelling pig.
All right, blunt. That's good, Tim. That's good. He brings it in blunt.
Tim Dillon's in the studio. Tim will be taping his 15-minute Netflix special on February 8th at Terminal West in Atlanta, Georgia. Go to theblacklistnyc.com/Netflix15 for a chance at free tickets. And Tim's podcast, Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, is available on the Gas Digital Network and on iTunes and on Twitter and Instagram at Tim J. Dillon.
Is that strange that they're doing this in Georgia? It seems a little out of...
I think it's... I love Atlanta, so I'm happy about it. I'm glad it's not L.A., I stared at a bunch of actors in the crowd, that are like, this is okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited it's Atlanta, and then Comedy Central did one in New Orleans. I think that all of it is tax breaks, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Because
Atlanta's
I think it's
very
just
good that way.
too expensive to shoot anything in New York, and I think that Atlanta's probably really great. A lot of movies are shooting there.
Yeah, that's true. And, you do want a real audience. I know when Dan Perlman looked out last night, you just saw Gail just staring at him.
So untrue.
That's what Dan said, and I went by him. I went by him.
Untrue. That was such a shitty thing
You're
to say to
supposed to
me.
be supportive to him. It was a breakout night for him.
I feel like I was being very supportive.
Let's dish.
So Kylie Jenner, her baby's expected to come in February, and they're saying that she hasn't hired a nanny because she's worried about new people being around her baby, and she only wants her family to help. And the problem with this, like, all her family is, going through stuff. Like Courtney has like 4 kids. Kim now has 3 kids. So it's a bit much to ask for her family's help. Instead of
she has a
Rob.
huge family.
Rob is doing.
Rob has his own kid.
And what about Bruce Jenner? I haven't seen him doing anything.
Here's the thing: what is the relationship that they have with Bruce or Caitlyn now?
Yeah,
what do they have the relationship with Caitlyn?
Sometimes he's Bruce or she's Bruce.
I think she's always Caitlyn.
She's always
just
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Oh,
I think she had the thing done.
Sad.
Did she have the thing done?
Splitting the penis.
She did.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I didn't
Is
know
that what they do, Chris? They split it?
Oh,
and
I would imagine.
They push it in and pull it apart.
And then they make it a vagina.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
People think cut it off. You can't cut it off.
No.
You split it down the middle.
Well, you can cut it off.
Oh, yeah,
but
you
got
can,
it.
but that's bad.
You're not going to enjoy
You take an
yourself.
X-Acto knife.
Yeah.
Just right down there and then just do a little tuck.
Yeah.
Tuck and pull, right? It's a tuck and pull.
Yeah.
It's a commitment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a commitment. That's like I feel like the doctor goes, "All right, so you're sure."
Yeah.
You've thought about this?
And even Caitlyn said, a little dry. Dry in this respect. I mean, it's very hard to lubricate.
She always just has a mister with her.
Yes. Mr. She's selling that now. So you're worried that there's no one to take care of this kid.
I do. I think she
I'm
should
not
hire
worried.
a nanny.
Yeah,
I think.
I think everything's going to be fine.
By the way, best case for that kid, it's raised by a nanny.
Yeah.
Like, best case.
You know what? Let it loose in the mall. Whoever grabs it.
Right.
Just trust that it's better off than
It's
a
gonna be
Kardashian.
fine.
Well, that was the last dish.
Oh,
Wow, that's it.
That's it.
There's not too much going on. Did you watch State of the Union?
I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
Long.
Yeah.
Hour 20.
See, I don't like him prepared. I like him when he crowd works.
I know. I thought it was
going to
be fun. I thought it was going to be fun, and it wasn't that fun. I thought at least it was going to be like, roasting people in the chamber and like, look at this, fuck. But it wasn't.
No, it's everybody else writes it for him.
Yeah.
And they say this is for history. And that's not him. He's up.
Yeah.
He's work. Where you from? You guys married? That's what I want to see him do.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you do for a living? Yeah.
The only thing I thought was like a little bit, I didn't get to watch it, but I did like that people were commenting that he did a lot of clapping for himself, which I think is very funny. Because normally the president like lets the crowd
Daily News was over that today. I forgot what they said. Clapper in chief or some ridiculous.
I just heard it because it was like he was like right into the mic.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
yay.
That's his thing, though. He likes to clap for himself.
He's
It's
a
like
narcissist.
It's like a seal. You know what I mean? Like you go to the zoo.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's fun with it.
Well, is anyone not a narcissist? I mean, I kind of feel like most people are pretty focused on themselves.
Yeah, but I think he takes it to another level.
He believes.
He believes.
And I have said this, and I'll say it to anybody. His energy is stronger than anybody. Every day.
Yeah.
He'll get up and he's ready to have a fucking battle. If there's nothing on his thing, he'll take a shot at Jay-Z, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
He likes to keep the shit. He's like a kind of a shock jock.
He's genuinely one of the most entertaining people that I've ever seen in my entire life. There's something about the way he speaks, the pacing, the inflection that's absolutely mesmerizing. You're transfixed by, even when he's saying things where you're like, this isn't true, or this is very bad for the country, you're not able to look away. You're like under a spell. But when he does the regular politician thing, it loses.
He's like everybody else. He's like everybody else.
You're like, whatever. But when he just starts talking about something, you're like, this is like, I watched him talk about building an ice skating rink for an hour once. And by the way, that was a political speech he should have been giving. He just abandoned it and started talking about the process of building the Central Park skating rink. But it was fascinating. Like, all these people in Ohio were just sitting there like, oh my, and then what happened? He's like, we finally broke ground. And everybody, but that's how interesting he is, where you could just watch him talk about all this,
Well, at least for 2 years, he's a 24-hour fucking TV show.
Yeah,
it's 24 hours a day. Look who it is in Clearwater. It's BL. Hey, BL.
How you guys doing? I watched State of the Union. Enjoyed the Democrat.
You're just making shit up. You're just trying to get on the air, BL. What is it you want to say? You had something on your mind, right?
No, I haven't got that. I was just going with the bit. Whatever.
There is no bit. You know what I mean? There's no reason. Yeah, let's just admit it. There's no reason for you to call this show. There isn't any. She's right. State of the Union. Keep me on the air, please.
She's going with the bit at least.
Yeah.
Why you gotta hurt my feelings?
Well, somebody has to, BL. Somebody has to point this out. BL, the big Super Bowl weekend, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be... Oh, she wasn't prepared for this. This wasn't in her notes.
This is not part of the bit.
Watching any of it? Do you have a friend in the world anywhere?
I'm telling you, it's going to be Philly 38 over the Pats 17.
All right,
That's
so
the BL.
38-17.
Interesting.
And that's based on what, BL? Keeping yourself on the air?
No, I don't want to be on your
BL, let me ask you a question. We were just talking about Caitlyn Jenner, right? How do you live with such a dry vagina? What do you do to keep that irrigated?
Listen here, Benny.
Yeah.
Listen here, Benny. My vagina's falling, and I paid $10 million.
All right, you're talking crazy. She's talking crazy.
Hey, I just wanted to compliment your new interns. I love their voices. They're actually something nice to listen to.
All right, not like who? Everyone else? Yeah, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. I already have a fucking headache.
She has an energy that is amazing.
Yeah.
She's like girl Trump.
Yeah. She's not kidding around. BL.
No. Yeah. She's a lunatic.
She's not kidding around.
Well, everybody was expected to see you in Tampa Bay, and then you didn't.
Yeah, it was real bad. I was on a plane. We were there on the tarmac, and the pilot got on, and we all got to the airport at 5:30 in the morning on Thursday, thinking, there's no storm.
Right.
And then it started heavy, and I was eating a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, looking out the window, and I turned around to the lady next to me, and I was about to say we're fucked, but she'd gotten up, and it was her 3-year-old, and I just had to say it because I already said we're, so I just said we're fucked, and the 3-year-old just looked at me, which was strange. But then we got on the plane. The pilot goes, "Hey, we got to figure something out. That the icer is not working." At which point, you know it's over. It's just a matter of how the end plays out.
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He goes, "The plane in front of us may try. If they get in the air, we'll go." And it's like, well, if they don't get in here, describe that possibility. Walk that out another 10 steps. So if they try and fail, it's a massive accident. I imagine there's emergency vehicles. The press will come. What is that? 180 people on that plane that emoliate in front of us. Then what happens? Like what do we do then? Like explain that possibility. You know. So I didn't go, and I felt bad, and they put up whoever down there.
Yeah.
I feel bad. And I love Tampa and all the people there that were going to go see me, and hopefully Side Splitters has me back.
Well, from what I understand, Side Splitters doesn't believe you at all.
I don't think they're going to have me back. I got to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to have me back. I was just trying my best, but I don't think.
Let's see how this 15 minutes goes.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll turn everything around.
You have a better chance of seeing me in Busch Gardens in Tampa working there than you do at Side Splitters.
I haven't even thought about Busch Gardens in many, many years. It's a very fun place.
If you can't afford Disney World,
I love it. I preferred it. Really,
you preferred it
as a kid.
It?
Yeah.
I preferred it.
There's no theme. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, there's animals.
Yeah.
Do you see a bunch of animals?
Yeah.
There are rides. There are roller coasters.
Here's a monkey. Get on the Ferris wheel. Shut your mouth.
And you know what? I felt always you could feel the pressure from everyone around you that a Disney trip has to be perfect.
It is true.
Whereas like a Busch Gardens, it's nobody's
nothing.
stressing
Disney,
like we didn't have a perfect Busch Gardens.
And by the
day.
way, Disney, if you go to Disney and you're over the age of like 30 and you don't have any children, you should go to jail. Like you always meet that couple with Aladdin shirts who are in their mid 30s and
It's
childless and like they love Disney and they can't get them. We took the Disney cruise to the theme park. We stayed in the Polynesian. We go to the character breakfast, and it's like you need to be in an institution where your day is planned for you.
Yeah,
because this is pretty sick.
And
you
even
know?
if you have kids, you're just going like this. Hey, you like that, honey?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Right.
That's fluty. It's a long day.
Because you should know what Disney World is. Disney World is not what you think it is. When you're a kid, you think Disney World is like, oh, Disney World, look at all these beautiful, magical creatures. But you know when you're an adult that those are real people that are dressed up in costumes in 100 degrees. They have psoriasis. They have rashes that are cracked and bleeding. They have bloody, Daffy Duck uniforms that have to get turned in, and their wife left them, and they're absolutely living in a hell. That's what Disney World really is. It's like stagnant water in Pirates of the Caribbean, and someone falls in and dies. That's what it is. It's no longer magic. You're like, oh, this is someone's life. Jesus.
Now, a friend of mine went there not too long ago and said to me, have you been here in a while? And I go, oh, no, not in 20 years or something. They go, not as clean as it used to be.
Really?
I don't believe that at all. Because that was the main thing about Disney.
Yeah,
They
it's
would be
how
the
clean.
cleanest place.
Interesting.
And they're starting to say, no, I saw some trash cans that were overloaded, some gum on the street that wasn't picked up.
Really? Yeah, that was always their thing.
There's got to be, you know what there hasn't been, and totally correct me if I'm wrong, because I love a documentary.
Yeah.
Stanley knows. I love a nice YouTube documentary at 2 a.m. So if there's a Disney doc, like the underside of Disney, the dirty Disney, like the stuff that goes on that we know nothing about.
I would like that.
Give me that documentary. I want to see the abuse that these people suffer.
Well, I used to do a show in Florida, and there was a guy called the Disney Spy who would call us and say someone just threw up on the ride, or we'd laugh our ass off.
Yeah.
And he said that you would not believe how often the characters are molested. That people would go to Mickey Mouse and just grab the chest.
I would think it's the other way around.
Are you a boy or a girl? Yeah.
You think the characters
I
are
would think
molesting?
the characters are molesting the people, because Disney, if you're a pedophile molester, Disney World is, not only are you given a costume and anonymity, but encouraged to reach out and touch people. It's like, oh, you've done it. Like, there's got to be a secret cabal of pedophiles that when they get the job, they're like, oh, I'm in. That's it. I'm in. It's the highest honor for anybody. That's,
they got to keep an eye on, like, why do you want to work here, buddy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Seriously.
To me, working at Disney World seems like the worst place.
Yeah, it's got to be
the
terrible.
worst.
I don't know if this one is true, but I remember this from way back when the Disney Spy used to call your show. And I remember him saying that one of the things is that they play the sound of a seagull being tortured. This is what the claim was, that it was a sound of a seagull or a bird being tortured. They'd play that on like the little waterfront places.
Yeah.
And then they would play that, and then birds would hear that and be like, oh my God, something's going on down there, and not land, so they wouldn't have to deal with the bird shit.
Yeah, they always struggled with the birds. And again, all that stuff with the ledge. But they put so much pressure on my Orlando station that the second he would call, they would dump out and just start playing a song.
Wow.
And I said, look, we've got the #1 ratings. You ever pull me off again? And they said, okay. We would rather fucking lose your show.
Wow.
That's #1 right now than lose the Disney money because they spread a lot of fucking cash around. There were nobody to fucking play games with.
It's crazy to think of the amount of power that they have. There's a great show. There's a great movie called The Florida Project, which just came out. You cannot film in Disney World at all.
Yeah.
So the director shot the last scene of the movie on an iPhone, guerrilla style, in Disney World because you are not allowed to film anything in Disney World.
Yeah.
You know, it is.
Well, they own their own, they're the biggest movie studio in the world, too.
Yeah.
Disney is gigantic, and they just bought Fox.
Yeah.
So now they own, I don't know, every fucking superhero but Batman. He's the only one.
Pretty much every Marvel superhero they needed to own, they own now, except Spider-Man's the only one that, like, they
He's
kind
with
of have.
Sony?
Yeah, they have on him right now.
And then
they'll
own,
get him. They'll get Spider-Man.
They own Star Wars, and they're pumping them out every 3 fucking months now. I mean, literally.
They'll ruin it.
Some people used. Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
There's no way you can keep that going. It's
they
a
own
fucking
Pixar and all the animation, and
all
that
the-
stuff.
Avatar.
Avatar.
And they're planning to make like 4 more of them in the next 10 years.
Great. That's what we need. More blue
They haven't-
people.
Yeah, they haven't made one in how many years now? 8?
Yeah. But
James Cameron is probably the laziest person in the world, and yet when he makes something, it becomes the biggest movie that ever happened.
I know.
No one ever brings up Avatar. That thing made more money than any film in history.
I remember seeing it, and it was like, I remember the theater so packed and everybody like oohing and ah, like it was like a thing. But it was also like Titanic. Everything he does is like an event.
It's just bigger than life.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, I love how everybody's acting like Doug Stanhope is a brand new comic. He's been on fire for 30 years, right?
Yeah, no one's acting like he's a brand new comic. I don't know where that's coming from, Rob.
What?
You know?
I know when Tim said that.
I was calling because I used to work in a photo lab, and somebody that worked at Disneyland as Beast, dressed up like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
They would bring these pictures in, and he had Belle bent over a table,
All right.
mounting
I
her
don't
from
know if
behind.
that's true. Let me tell you, there's a new comic coming out. His name is George Carlin. Please keep an eye on him. He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm at an open mic the other night.
I think that guy was in the car. He's like, "What can I make up about Disney World?" that would fit there?
But whoever said that Doug Stanhope is a brand
Tim
new
did
comic?
when he came in.
I guess
Yeah,
he did.
I came in and was just throwing stones at everybody. Fuck Eddie Murphy. That was my first. I love when people call up and they have like a thing like that where no one has ever said that. Like, this is a big argument now that people on the like far right, they go like this. They're like, I'm sick of these pedophiles claiming that they have a legitimate sexual, and it's like, no one's doing that. Like, no one is at all doing that I've ever heard. They're like, I'm a little sick of it. I'm trying to drop my kids to school, and then these pedophiles are having a big conference about normalizing their behavior. I'm like, where is this going on?
One of my favorite things is when they acted like Tim Tebow was the only Christian.
Right.
When these guys are constantly.
Yeah, and I remember there was a thing where people would be saying it on like Facebook and social media, and it would be like moms and stuff, and it would be like they tried to stop him from praying. I was like, people pray every game.
Every fucking play, just
every
about.
big game. Someone takes a knee or kisses it up to
But they're
God.
not as attractive as Tim Tebow.
It's like, yeah, like I don't think.
No one thinks Nick Foles saying all power goes to God. They're like, shut up, you're so unattractive. Tim Dillon, great to have you in.
Thank you very much, all of you. You're lovely.
So funny. Make sure you go and see him. Go ahead.
Tim will be taping his 15-minute Netflix special on February 8th at Terminal West in Atlanta, Georgia. Go to theblacklistnyc.com/Netflix15 for a chance at free tickets. And Tim's podcast, Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, is available on the Gas Digital Network and iTunes, and on Twitter and Instagram at Tim J. Dillon.
This week's Dish segment is presented by Dish, ranked #1 in customer service nationally by J.D. Power and their customers. Dish tuned into you. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com.
All right, we'll be right back. Bennington Show. How funny is my pal Tim Dillon?
I love him so much. That was great. That was so fantastic. I love having a great Dish guest.
He may have been the greatest of all time. of all time. Why don't we play the funny Bobby Kelly dish thing anymore? Can you play it from in here, Chris?
I'll be able to play it.
Because here's what happens with Vito. Vito waits for the right time for me to tell me things, and that's a hesitancy. Send Vito in, would you? Because I'm concerned about him.
Here comes Vito.
I'm terrified. I'm going to tell the truth right now.
Terrified? Wow.
I'm terrified that maybe he was swimming in a lake and something got in one of the orifices.
I can see
and
that.
it's laying eggs in his brain.
I'm terrified about his health.
We're all worried about you, Vito.
There's no reason to be.
Jesus.
All right. Well, here's a couple reasons, okay? The news you didn't deliver today because you were afraid. The fact that you didn't hit the Bobby Kelly Sounders because you were afraid. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be afraid of anything, all right?
Okay.
Especially of us. I mean, we're so gentle.
Now, today we're getting Chick-fil-A because we never got the healthy choices from you. Is it a healthy enough choice?
If you get a grilled chicken sandwich instead of a fried chicken sandwich,
that's fucking
It's not
stupid.
gonna happen.
But I mean, that's a healthy choice.
Yeah, but I'm
but-
not going to make a choice when there's something tastier to me.
Yeah, the thing about a healthy choice restaurant is you have no other choices but
Exactly.
healthy,
Yeah.
and I'm forced. But there's no way that I'm getting a grilled chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, which, in my opinion, has the best fast food chicken sandwich.
What about the grilled chicken nuggets they have on the side?
That sounds so gross.
Disgusting.
Like in nugget form? No, thank
You're
you.
about to lose this gig.
The issue is there's always going to be unhealthy options out there.
That's not in a healthy store. Not in a healthy store. And not if somebody brings in homemade.
I'll tell you right now, we know a little place called Little Beat. You can't go wrong at Little Beat.
Little Beat's delicious.
Everything you do there is right.
We got Little Beat. We got roast. I mean, those are both
Yeah, but there's
fantastic.
not an unhealthy choice. We're getting Chick-fil-A today.
Yeah, 'cause
all
we-
right?
I
and
smell
that comes
something.
with waffle fries, which the air makes them a healthier choice.
Right, because they're not so dense with,
Yeah.
Okay.
with fry.
I mean, are you dipping it into anything?
Yeah.
No, I don't dip
Offer.
shit. That's fucking stupid.
Savor the waffle, man.
Thank you. Savor the waffle.
Chris knows how you feel about it.
He does. He just wants me to savor the waffle. Where you, on the other hand, you're bringing up crazy stuff. You know?
Grilled chicken nuggets? I mean, that sounds so gross. Can you just Google what that looks like? Because I've never even
No,
seen
don't
anything.
Google it. It doesn't look great.
Why does
Do it.
Ron, can I get you an order of wet farts? Is that something that you would like today?
Ew, Vito!
You would suggest this, Vito? This fucking garbage?
You know what it is? It's a grilled chicken breast cut up.
But it's that I have to touch with my hands?
Did you just say ma?
My hands?
Disco in Boston has a question
Cool.
for us. Hey, Disco.
What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what?
Let's go.
Oh, you're breaking up, but I want to hear this. You had a question about HQ.
Disco.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold for a second, see if you can hear it in there. And let me know when we're all set to go again. By the way, do you know what you guys are familiar with disco music, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what disco is short for?
No.
No, you really don't.
I don't
You've
know.
never once
No.
thought of it.
No.
I think of disco as in discotheque.
You would think that. It is short for discount. It was always cheaper than rock music. So, people are like, I'd like to buy some Rolling Stones. That's too much money. Do you have any discount music? And they would
okay.
give you that. And then people were such a fucking hurry. They're just like, got any disco?
That makes sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
I think that makes complete sense.
Well, you also think a grilled chicken nugget makes sense.
Their fried chicken nuggets don't look much better.
Do we think we got disco fixed? Good. All right, good. I want to go back to him. Disco.
Ronnie, $1,000,000.
Million.
Last night I lost on HQ under your recommendation that I play, which I love and I'm obsessed with.
Yeah.
And the oatmeal, is oatmeal a cereal or is it oatmeal?
I think oatmeal is a hot cereal. I didn't
believe-
play last night because fucking Dan Perlman was just talking his ass off.
I was so mad because I thought that I had read that Kellogg's, Kellogg's cornflakes was the first thing, and then I picked the Quaker Oats and the oatmeal. Then I Googled it, and I said I got to call Ron and figure out what, get your opinion.
So what did they say? That it's not a cereal, or it is?
They said that Quaker Oats was the first cereal, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're going to know better than the rest of us.
I mean, it is. I mean, technically, they do call oatmeal a hot cereal.
They do.
See, that when I think about, food, I know who to call, so.
All right, Ghostbusters.
All right, fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
And you're calling from Boston and you're cheering for the Eagles? Guess what?
We've had enough, Ronnie. We've had enough.
Pretty good prize, closet for you, my friend. You're
I fucking love Disco.
Yeah, he's great.
You know what? I agree. It isn't a cereal now.
And I can't even get Vito to pump us up and get us excited about the game on Sunday.
I'm really excited for the game on Sunday.
Not like Disco.
Well, you're guaranteeing a win. 100% guaranteeing an Eagles win. Could you do that?
I don't know. That seems like a jinxy thing to do. I don't want to say anything.
Why? But
I have the utmost confidence in that team. Jeff Garcia follows me on Twitter, and I'm just
Jeff Garcia hasn't played there in a million years.
I know, but it's a connection to the team and to the city.
It's a derailment is what it is. If you said to anybody now, hey, did Jeff Garcia play in Philly? They're like, when? How old do you think I am? I only know modern things, I'm modern Millie, I like to call myself.
I'd like this to be a modern family.
I know. And you know who you'd be on that, right? You'd be Baby Joe.
I don't want to be Baby Joe.
You are such a Baby Joe.
Am I original Baby Joe or new Baby Joe?
Oh, derailment again. So you're working on the things that you're getting is a big bag of fucking chicken sandwiches, right?
Yeah. And fried in nature.
The chicken man.
And then 100 waffle fries. Is there like a little sweet dessert they have there of some kind?
I don't know. I've never seen the dessert section there, but if they do have one, I'll pick it up for you guys.
Section?
They have milkshakes there.
Milkshake isn't a dessert, it's a beverage.
That's why I didn't say fucking milkshake.
Shut the fuck up. You're bringing in grilled fucking chicken nuggets.
Wait, first of all, can you guys, seriously, I don't mind that you fight. Have a fight about a 3 or a 4.
You know what?
Okay? When I fight with you guys, I give you a 3 or a 4. I don't go around, shut your fucking mouth, Chris. I will fuck you up. I will fucking end you. Then everybody would be weirded out. But that's how you guys are with each other.
Yeah, you're right. Just get a little annoyed.
Like ball busting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, I'd like to see them, to be honest, a united front against us.
I would like to see them like the Khalid twins. Naked, nut to nut, and just fucking looking into each other's breasts.
I'd love to see them recreate that picture.
Do you want to do it?
No, I'm not scissoring.
You guys want to do an ass to ass with a dildo? Till
No.
the dildo disappears?
Those are your only 2 choices, guys. Either front to front, nut to nut, or ass to ass
Would you
with
want us
the
to
dildo.
tape your penis heads together?
I don't want that.
Come on. I'll take the scissoring.
He's in.
Yeah, I ain't in for the scissor.
So ass to ass then with the
I'm not fucking
dildo.
taking ass to ass.
You have to make a choice.
You know what it is? It's your fucking chick, man. She's changed everything with you.
You used to love the scissor, Vito.
She's coming between us.
Ew.
What the fuck?
Today, Tim Dillon was the perfect dish co-host.
So true.
Thank Baron von Bonsai. I like when people write nice things to our guests.
Me too.
Not when people write shit things to our guests.
That sucks.
That person, I make sure they're blocked by Rich Voss.
And muted.
I didn't understand the muted. It looks like Twitter's almost over now, though, right? We're moving on to other things.
You think so?
You guys seem like you grab more than tweet.
Instagram's the big thing right now. Instagram stories, Instagram feed.
Are you guys familiar with Richard Roper, the Chicago film critic?
Yes.
He's suspended indefinitely because they said he bought Twitter followers. Now, here's the thing. A bunch of people bought followers years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they do it anymore because they used to give out like book deals if you had a lot of Twitter followers.
Yeah.
We had this one hack VP that was in charge of us for a little while. And he was the biggest fucking believer in social media. And I'd be like, dude, I don't see it happening. I don't think social media is that big of a deal. And he swore by it. And he was like, if you want to move up in this company, get more Twitter followers. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Move up where? 37?
What, do I have more show?
All right, Vito, you know how...
You'll get an extra hour.
I'd like to have this cut down to fucking 2:15. Vito, I want you to find out when the 36th bathroom is going to be fucking
So I've been asking the front desk people and others. The last time I did, I called up. They said, yeah, and then they put me on hold. And then they said, sorry, we can't give you that information at this time. So they're pushing us off.
I'm getting so sick at 37.
Here's the thing, though. Somebody knows. Yeah. You tried the fucking front door. No. Hang around with some of these fucking cool guys that are working on it, you know?
Okay.
Have a smoke with them.
One of these guys who just has just what looks like a trough full of pebbles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what any of that is.
And if they ask you your name, just call me Angel in the morning, Angel. You know what I mean? And then people know that. Because you got to get back to fucking, being the angel of 36th floor.
I think they'll give the angel information.
This is the difference between you and Chris Stanley. You have all the talent in the world, okay? And you don't use it. Chris has nothing, but he's biting, scratching, clawing every day.
Thank you, Ron.
Just to do it. Yeah.
I got to use my capabilities.
Yeah.
I'm going to go befriend all those men.
What?
Wear that ham shirt.
Not all of them.
Yeah. Just the bad
need one good friend.
You're going too far. That's the thing. Stay here. Make one good friend this summer, meatball style. Right?
So tired of going up there. So tired of it.
It's fucking terrible.
I do know that they're going to be, once they finish this one, they're going upstairs. So everybody from upstairs is going to come down here.
I know. I thought of that. I realized that. About last week, I was like, wait a second. They're going to be in our zone once we finally get our nice bathroom. And I'm not going to name names, mostly because I don't know their names. But
smart.
There's a lot of women on 37 who seem to conduct business in the restroom. They're like in full on meetings, like, okay, so we're going to have to cancel that for the 12th, but we're definitely, and I'm like, what are you guys doing in here? Get out.
Here's the problem.
People are peeing.
Let me just point out where their fucking life sucks, though. You've got this area, right?
Yeah.
Which can be personal for you guys to talk.
Yeah.
You got the office, personal for you to talk. They're in cubicle world. So they're being watched on 100% basis.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, for them, it's like casino work. There's people in the ceilings looking down all the time to see who's working on what.
And you know what? That's like a prey animal that lives in like the meadowlands.
Yes.
And they're always exposed. Like we are
They're
able to
prairie
find our own caves. We've got our own little spots to hide.
Oh, yeah. We're living like fucking the king of queens next to them.
And he had a great house.
That fucking house of his probably worth 1.3 right now.
I know. It was a good sized house.
Yeah. The last King of Queens, did you ever watch it?
Yeah, I did. I saw the last episode.
He hung himself in the cellar.
That's how it ends?
Yeah, it was so sad.
Fucking dark.
I found that he had done some stuff at work. It was all going to catch up with him, and he wasn't going to do the time. He was not going to do the time. That was he fucking just snorted. It was really fucking juicy too.
That vitamin C is not really doing me any well.
Are you guys just chronically ill now?
Do you each need a month off?
No.
To fucking go somewhere to some spa treatment in Europe?
I was thinking maybe in the desert where it's nice and dry out those lungs of yours.
I was thinking just the opposite. We put them in a steamy place, you know? Maybe next to some fucking... I don't know. I should take them both out back and put a bullet in the back of their heads.
Jen said she saw Chris cough in my mouth.
When did that cough in your mouth?
In the office one day, Chris turned around to tell me something, and I turned around to respond, and he just
coughed.
So
do you remember when Chris was really sick, and then like a couple days later, Vito got sick? Jen told me that she saw Chris, like he went to go say something. Vito had an open mouth because he was talking, and she said Chris coughed without covering his, and she watched it go into Vito's mouth, and the next day, Vito's going, I don't feel so good.
You know, let me just tell you this. It seems like you're the height of her latest dish column.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it didn't feel good to get Chris's hot cough breath into my mouth.
Maybe you should keep your mouth closed more often.
Then don't ask me questions. You literally asked me a question, I turned around to respond to you, and then you just coughed in my mouth.
There's going to be a lot of that when you guys are doing the Hadid pose.
I'm excited for that.
I'm not.
Do you want to be the one that has the leg folded or the one that has the leg
I don't want
across
to be
me?
scissoring.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, we already said.
Don's on board.
He said he wants it to be the background picture on the app.
All right, Chris, give me one of your stories because we're in the last hour here.
They're making, it's official, the sequel, The Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ.
What is that, Revelations?
I think it'll be Revelations.
Well, they never showed him coming back out of the tomb, right?
It's supposed to be the resurrection, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's plenty of story. Plenty of fucking story to tell.
I never saw Passion of the Christ. I just assumed that the resurrection was covered at the end.
No.
They put him in the cave, though, because I haven't seen it either.
I didn't see it either.
They put him in the cave.
When they were closing the stone to the cave, they just heard this. Like, who's giggling?
What's funny about this? They think
You'll see. Vito brought in this story. Usain Bolt is trying to become a pro soccer player.
Yeah, so he's going to be training in Germany, and his big dream is to make it to Man U.
Good luck to him.
I feel like I don't know his age, but is it late in the game to learn?
Well, no, he's played soccer his whole life.
Oh, okay.
Just that he focused on. Yeah. No, he never tried it. Like there was a special case. I think it was 1964. The fastest man in the world's name was Bob Hayes. He won the Olympics, and then the Dallas Cowboys drafted him. And he would just fucking fly down the field and they'd chuck him a long one. So speed is, it works in every fucking sport except for chess.
Right.
You don't want to have a lot of speed in chess. They're saying think, I don't know whether he could play or not, but I mean, he's a world-class athlete.
Yeah, he's got the trials in Germany for like a pretty popular team in Europe, but I don't see him making it to Man U.
We have never seen him done anything.
I just think
seen him run.
That's quite the dream. Like Tim Tebow, he went for a low.
What makes you think that Man U is better than the Spanish teams or the German teams?
I just know that Man U's better than the team he's doing trials with.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but Man U isn't the fucking best of all time, and they take a lot of guys only for a year or so. And just think of the attention that they'll get.
Yeah.
First of all, they'll be the number one team in Jamaica after that. I don't know anything about it, but I always think there's plenty of NBA players who could be playing, and people always said guys like T.O. could have went in basketball. I mean, just think when you're in high school. Anybody good at football is good at basketball and baseball.
Yeah.
It's only later we start to, hey, specialize. I hate specialty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to come up with a game where people have to play everything.
Okay, so like almost like mini games of all of them that lead up.
Mini games.
And do you keep the same? It's like like you have one team,
right?
Then that team has to be able to adapt to each sport.
All right, what if we did this? Suppose we got all of the best athletes, or just really good athletes.
Okay.
And they had to do the skills positions from football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and soccer. You know those skill games that they play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal. If you are a professional football player, you can't do the skills in football. If you're you know what I mean? Like you have to sit out, or we let them do it and everybody's really playing for second place in every other event. But suppose the basketball player doesn't have the best 3-point shooting that day.
Right.
He's out. Oh, this fucking game is going to be something.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This will be the new big game.
Oh, I'm going to put a golfer in there too, and a race car driver.
I don't know about the race car driver.
Yeah, I think that'll be great. I don't think NASCAR is doing as good as it used to, right?
It's not.
Well, I'm going to be... We're only a couple weeks away from the Daytona 500, and I'm going to be watching the whole thing. And by that, I mean, like, say, the last 50 laps. What did she just give you?
I just gave her a credit card.
Oh, I thought she was handing you, like, a green...
No, that was her. She kept that.
Did you even order with her? Does she know what she's getting?
She knows what she's getting. She has a text.
Was she getting a bag of sandwiches and a bag of fries?
Yeah.
Okay. Because feed everybody, not just, you know what I mean?
I know.
I don't like when you guys don't feed the interns.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Chris, I don't have to say to Vito. It's Chris that does it.
Yeah, and he also thinks that they're supposed to eat later and separately.
Like
they're
Eskimos.
Yeah, like they're a different class.
I've never been that way in my life.
I know.
You say you know, but how many years have I said to you, hey, where are the interns? You're like, oh, they're upstairs right now.
They're doing work. Why? They'll eat after your scraps. He has no problem saying it.
If there's anything left, I'll throw it to him.
But why? Why treat people like they're subhumans?
Why not?
They're everyone's equal.
Set it up so at 3 o'clock.
You never fed me as an intern.
Is that right?
When I was an intern, I used to have to
I'm
sit.
so glad to hear
I used to have to
this.
sit outside there, and I remember one day I had to go to Queens and pick up Rizzo's pizza, and I was really excited because I love Rizzo's pizza, and I gave you guys the pizza. And then Chris made me go wait outside, and then I ate the pizza when everybody left later that day.
Dude, you know that I wasn't behind.
I know you weren't.
That's not my way.
I know you weren't any part of that, but Chris did that to me.
He's lying. He's
That
making
is
shit
so-
up.
No, he's not lying.
I ate it
Because we've
Because
seen
I taught
it.
you 100 times.
I pulled the box out of the garbage can and I ate a slice out of the box, and then I went to bartend that night, and that's the only reason I ate the garbage food.
Oh
Why
my
are you
God, Chris!
laughing at
That's
this?
not
'Cause
funny.
he's
That's
making shit
sad.
up.
That's not.
He's not good at
Dude,
making stuff up.
No, and even though I was not here at that time, I have seen it many times where we said, "Where are the interns?" And then you're like, "I'll bring it to them after." And we're like, "That's not how it goes." Now, what's nicer than us as a family all splitting a bag of sandwiches and playing HQ at 3 o'clock? Nothing better than that.
I'll tell you who's not eating today until we're done is Chris.
What?
And you're going to stand on the other
that
side of the
sounds
glass.
horrible, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound horrific?
It does. It doesn't sound good at all.
Now, when you're down there at that other show of yours, the Bronx Johnny show.
High Society Radio.
On Gas Digital.
Yes.
And
Does
iTunes.
Johnny eat without you, or do you eat without Johnny?
Johnny will offer to take me to lunch occasionally.
I have begged to get on that show and can't do it. When do you guys record?
Thursdays, 8 p.m.
Perfect for me.
Oh, that works.
Yeah, that's the perfect time for me to come in, do some stuff. What you guys talk about last show?
We talked about the cryptocurrency market crash.
Oh, my God. Why do you think you're still a millennial?
What did you guys come up with on it?
Oh, that's going to go back up.
All right. So you're doing the same show as everybody else out there. Only you have less expertise than they do. Do. So, what else are they rebooting? Are they rebooting anything this summer?
Like I just heard that Murphy Brown's coming back.
Yeah, that isn't a reboot. That's a we don't know how to make TV anymore.
Heathers.
You know what's funny about Murphy Brown is like you can't even see that on fucking streaming services.
I know. Like, to be honest with you, I probably would be way more excited if Netflix told me we got all the episodes of Murphy Brown, and I'd be like, oh, I'd like to rewatch that as an adult. Because I enjoyed that show when I was a kid. I can't remember why I did, but I did enjoy it.
You know, it was a Cheers style sitcom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I had this thing the other night. So I'm watching this Bruce Willis movie, and he's barely moving. Right? You know how he is now, right? You're like, you better. And then I'm like, I wonder why he fucking acts like this. He came in as the jumping around, running around guy. And then I go, you know what? I never was a big Moonlighting fan, but I'm sure it's streaming. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And you would think Moonlighting would run. It's a big star.
I'm going to be honest, I've never seen an episode because I don't even think
I'm
that
not
was
sure
something.
if I have. I've only seen clips.
Yeah, I think that's not, like, I don't think that was ever in replays or anything like that. I have no idea really what it's
And
about.
he became the guy because of that. Like
Yeah.
he was.
Was it funny?
Yeah, he was funny, and he kind of acted the way Robert Downey Jr. was acting in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
He was the wise ass running around, getting in trouble guy. And now you just see him, and he's just so stoic. You know what I
very
mean? He's
serious.
nothing. He's zero fear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You could have 80 fucking guns pointed at him, and you're like, you're making a mistake. You're like, really? Because
Not
you're
even
not
gonna
paying
sweat.
attention to what's going on here.
I'm going to be honest, I'm having trouble relating to you now.
pretty sure you're already dead inside. Doesn't matter whether I pull this trigger or not. So yeah, he was like known for that. I don't know what. I mean, even like Die Hard, he was kind of running around and the fun guy, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Over the years, I don't know where it finally happened that he just got quieter and quieter and smaller. So now he's almost doing anything.
Maybe his agent has it worked out that he gets paid by the movement.
A lot of movies you'll just hear, are you even listening to me, Bruce? Answer me. You're just glaring. Was it to me? Is that what hurt you so bad that you barely interact these days?
What happened between the two of them?
They had a beautiful fucking swimming pool, right? That wrapped around the house, went through the living room.
Oh my God.
And then had a waterfall that came back down from the, and Bruce had accidentally shat in that water.
Oh, God.
To me, listen, this is important.
Okay.
To me, was throwing a baptism for a friend.
No.
And as they were lowering that baby, just a fucking waterfall of shit just came down in the baby's eyes. And to me, stood up. She was just holding this shitty baby. And she's like, Bruce, that's fucking it, man. That's fucking it. I can't take this shit anymore. And he was just staring. He wasn't even saying a word back because he was already into that thing where he doesn't move and doesn't say anything back. And she threw that shit baby at him.
Well, now I understand why they split up.
Anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure.
I always tell people, don't go to bed angry. That's my thing.
That's great advice.
Even if you shitpulled your family?
I also say this, don't wake up angry. You're crazy right now.
If you're angry, just keep sleeping.
We're here on the High Society Show, and we're talking Bitcoin. Invest with us. It's Bitcoin with Bronx Johnny and two guys named Chris who look alike and sound alike.
That's us.
They look alike, sound alike, at times they even Fox Bronx Johnny.
What a crazy pair.
You know, he's your oldest friend, right?
Yeah.
He's your oldest and your best friend. You're like the Bob Seger of that fucking show.
Thanks.
All right, Chris, in 5 seconds, name as many Bob Seger songs as you can. Go.
All right, Like a Rock. I know he's in the Silver Bullet Band. Night Stranger?
Cool.
All right, you were perfect with Like a Rock.
That's all you really need to know.
But Night Stranger sounds like the scariest song.
It's a stranger in the night.
When the night stranger comes in your room. Cut. You're gonna be dead. Cut. You're gonna be dead.
No, hold on. So, what did he combine there? He combined Night Moves and Where Was the Stranger From?
I think a Billy Joel album title.
Oh my God.
I was very confident in Night Stranger.
Now, how did you know Like a Rock from the
the commercial?
commercial?
Yeah. And I sort of knew Night Moves.
Night Stranger.
Night Stranger.
Night Stranger.
Nothing rhymes with stranger, night stranger. Maybe it was just like you're saying goodnight to a stranger. Night stranger.
That's friendlier.
Yeah. Later. That plays a big part in a big movie this year. Have you used your movie card yet?
No, I have not used my movie card
They
yet.
are making money on you.
Once I see one movie, I'm above the profit line, though.
I doubt
but
that's.
I don't know if I want to see a movie a month. I don't even fucking rent movies on demand. They're so bad. They are terrible.
I know, especially there are certain like times of the year that it's just.
See if you can do on demand online just to see if there's anything you. Because I think they come out on Tuesdays, and I look every Tuesday. And I'm like, there's nothing fucking.
It's usually a letdown.
Yeah,
and they're $6 each now.
I don't care how much they cost.
That's a lot.
I pay $200 at my house. You know what I mean? I don't have to leave. But I'm not going to sit around like a fucking bum and watch something I hate when I can see 15 minutes of Tim Dillon and enjoy myself. Like you don't even know where you're going. When's the Florida Project start?
I think that's on there now.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Then I'm a fucking liar.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch that. And of course, I'm going to watch Wolf Mother.
What is that? That seems made
Here's
up.
a Night Stranger, and it's
Oh my god, that is one scary song.
Look at this, the other side of the door. Wait, this isn't my fucking thing, Chris. You're on a
You're on
different
Verizon,
dimension.
dude. You got to go on Spectrum. All right.
Yeah,
This is
you
New York
need to-
City.
You're fucking up, man.
Yeah, Spectrum.
You just turned
no,
this
and I
into a
got
whole
so
fuck-
excited
I
about
know.
the Florida. They better have the Florida Project.
They
on
don't.
That. Chris, I got so excited. I was going to
I
watch
wanted to see
Florida
the Florida Project too. Oh, good. We
Oh.
get booed too by Tyler Perry.
God.
All right, this is about the making of Wonder Woman.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I'm not seeing any
trailer
of
for
these
that.
fucking other great ones, Chris.
Please stand by.
What is Please Stand By?
I'm not sure.
It's got a Fanning in it. Dakota.
Oh, there's nothing but Fannings in movies.
Geostorm.
Come on, gee, I hated it.
Did you catch up with your this second episode of The Alienist this week?
Yeah.
Spooky. So spooky.
It's a little too trans boy crazy for me.
Yeah,
I
too
worry
killy
about,
for
I don't
children.
like to kill a little homeless child.
Yeah, there's a lot of killy of children.
All right, let me get over here to Bob. Bob on line 2. Hey, Bob. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Yo, Moonlighting was a great show. It was an ABC show.
Yeah.
They also had Curtis Armstrong. We know him as Booger from Revenge of the Nerds.
Mm.
But
It doesn't play anywhere, though. I'd like to go back and watch it, you know?
I watched
Yeah,
it.
Rather than have...
I had to order the DVDs on Netflix.
See, that's not the kind of commitment I'm looking
He's
for.
TV guy, though.
Yeah, he loves
I like
TV.
to watch old
He's
TV
saying
shows.
that $6 is too much for him, and then he's going to fucking pay $148 to watch 3 seasons of Moonlighting. Yeah, that's the thing. Find out where it's streaming. Chris won't. He fucking refuses to look into it.
There's a lot of good TV shows that don't like replay or stream.
Yeah, we're talking about Moonlighting, though.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I feel your pain.
You're a derailing motherfucker.
I'm not
Vito.
trying to derail. I'm just trying to talk about TV.
That is a nutty fucking thing to say. But at least you're in the fucking moment. I can't say that for Chris Stanley.
Looks like Moonlighting season 3 might be streaming on Amazon.
I'm not going to start at 3. And it's not. I went there last night looking.
Oh, I guess it's just. I guess
you're on a different fucking
Damn,
thing.
it's rare. Like season 3 goes for $100.
It's worth it.
For just the one season?
Yeah.
And there's only one left in stock.
It wasn't their best year.
It doesn't sound like you're on their actual thing. One left in stock.
That's we should just
It's
buy
just
it.
on some guys.
We should
You're
just
on
buy
some
it.
guy's fucking account.
He's on some guy's eBay account.
Let's before we wrap this up today, Chris. Let's plug all of our guys. I'm really interested in this show up in Connecticut that Rich Voss is going to be doing.
That's Rich Voss at the Ridgefield Playhouse in Connecticut, Friday, February 9th at 8 p.m., featuring Jim Florentine and Ron Bennington. RidgefieldPlayhouse.org for tickets. And Rich will be at Bananas in Hasbrook Heights, Jersey, this Friday and Saturday for tickets. BananasComedyClub.com and on Twitter at Rich Voss. And Tim Dillon stopped in for Dish today. Tim's taping his 15-minute Netflix special on February 8th at Terminal West in Atlanta, Georgia. For a chance of free tickets, go to theblacklistnyc.com/Netflix15. And Tim's podcast, Tim Dillon's Going to Hell, is available on Gas Digital Network and iTunes, on Twitter and Instagram at Tim J. Dillon.
Is that the same network you're on?
Yes, we are co-workers on that podcast.
Do you ever see him there?
No, he records on Tuesdays.
Did you guys have a big Christmas party this year?
There was a Christmas party. I was in Pittsburgh while that was happening.
You made the right choice. Because Pittsburgh and Christmas is unbelievable.
So beautiful.
It was
that time of year.
magical.
I'm dreaming of a Pittsburgh Christmas.
Pittsburgh.
Did you love Pittsburgh?
Loved it.
Did you feel like you could easily, if she said we have to move our family to Pittsburgh?
Like if she was
was
gonna have a
pregnant.
baby.
Yeah.
Yep,
She's
that's what I was
pregnant.
thinking. She wants to be near her family.
It'd be hard because there's no subway. That'd be troubling for me.
You can travel overground for a while, just see how you like it. You don't understand. I got to be underground when I travel.
They have a nice bus system,
There are
I'm sure.
plenty of tunnels.
Yeah. I don't like the bus.
Oh, you're just being snooty.
Yeah, yes, he looks down on bus people. He's an underground train girl. We do have to wrap it up. Let's not forget beverages, because we can't expect this young girl to understand where we're coming from in that. Her timing is completely off. I mean, we're 1 minute out, and I should be able to see her walking down the hall.
With a bag full of sandwiches, none of which are grilled.
Hopefully she wasn't attacked on the way there.
Oh, my God.
There's been a lot of attacks in that neighborhood. 6th Avenue. Very dangerous. Yeah. I want you to get to the bottom of this. A lot of people wrote to me that Yami had a problem with Doug Stanhope yesterday. Yeah.
The new Breaking Out comic? Doug
Yeah, the
Stanhope?
new Breaking Out comic, according to that call earlier today. All right, that's it for us, guys. We are running 3 different specials this weekend for the big game. That is Minneapolis music, and it's much better than you would think.
Yeah.
There's some really great stuff
It's
there.
not just Prince.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just soul music. There's great indie rock. We are also doing 52 comedians pick their big game winners, and that's going to be running on...
That runs Friday and then all weekend long.
On Raw Dog?
On Raw Dog, yes.
And then there's one more that we're doing, right?
Well, there's the bonsai contest as well.
The bonsai contest.
Ooh,
We haven't
that's
even
so
pushed
exciting.
that. First pick, and you win a signed ball. The Chris Stanley, full credit to Mr. Stanley, got signed by Mr. Terrell Owens.
T.O. himself.
T.O., who may be going into the Hall of Fame this weekend, and I know he's a cock, and I know he's a dick and an asshole, but he's maybe one of the most talented wide receivers I've ever seen in my life. And at some time, who gives a fuck about personality, right?
That's right.
What are we picking on, all right? We're
Ability.
picking skill sets.
Mhm.
Skill sets.
Skills.
He also has hands like 2 different baskets. He came in here one day, and his hand was bigger than this table. I'm not even making that up. It was frightening. It looked like he had an octopus on each wrist. His fingers were just moving around like that. All right, so that's it for us. Oh, Gail Meets Girls this weekend. We'll be
Yes.
announcing that tomorrow.
Yes, that is airs Saturday, 6 p.m. East on Raw Dog, and replays noon on Sundays.
All right, I'll be doing that when I'm doing pregame on Sunday. That's it for us, guys. We'll see you again when, Gail?
In 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good